I'm a little. I don't even know what you're asking, Dan, man. Of course, Rip. Thanks to resub Lando. And the resub Denkin. It was really good, Denkin. It was really fucking good, yeah. I was super impressed with Arcane. It's a top 3 show all time for you. Well, I don't know about like top 3 all time for me, but I did really, really enjoy Arcane. Congrats, Samurai. Hope you like your new job. Hope it's better than the last one. Yep. Arcane Season 1 just finished today. The last 3 episodes aired. It was really good. I already know Peter Kane dog training. Thanks to Tier 1 Dilfware. Thanks to resub Doovie and Ho-Ho. You see Project L? I saw some people talking about it, but I didn't look it up yet. Thanks to the resub Local Legend and Dragon Pit. And the 5 gift subs RK Jinin. Thank you, Jinin. And the gift sub Lando. Oh, Project L is another Riot project. Is it their fighting game? Thanks to Prime Capybara. It is their fighting game? Okay, that makes sense. It really is, like, pretty impressive, Riot's resume. Like, the only thing they have their name on is extremely successful things. It's pretty fucking wild. I guess maybe, like, I don't know how well these did, but, like, the 2 new things they published, which were Ruin King's Story and the, Mayhem. I don't know if they were any good, but those aren't, like, massive. But those are more just spin-off publishing things, not something they were directly making, from what I understand. Thanks to Tier 1, Highland Eric, and the gift sub Jet, and resub Christmas. The bits Solo and Luxord. Game of the Year stream? What? The Game Awards aren't tonight, are they? No, I didn't watch it, Psych. Thanks to resub Wake and Bake. There's a new Summoning Salt as well. The history of Wii Sports, I'm down. Okay, I'll queue it up. Thanks to Prime Bong Hits. And the gift sub TJ Cooper and the resub Good Guy Cody and Lucky Kevy. Thanks for 5 gift subs again, Jenin. Thank you. Appreciate the generosity. Is that a suggestion or is that a statement, Natty? Whoops. Seems like it's more of a story than anything. Thanks to resub Wonder Kiera in the tier 1. Let's do some Molly. The Prime Voider. In the tier 1, Mugsy and resub Cranky Gamer. The resub Paranoid. We already watched the Rocco's Basilisk thought experiment thing. I didn't think that was nearly as interesting as it was hyped up to be. Thanks to Prime Talk and resub Marcos. And tier 1 Sir Ludi. And the Prime Spliderman and resub Byron David and tier 1 Kevdog and tier 1 AJ. Is Hivemind Twitch's show and not yours? No, it's Lud and I's show. We're just letting them borrow it. It's the resub Monado Buster. It's the resub Harmon. Yeah, we watched Carts of Darkness a long time ago. This is the Prime Charlie. I really liked Arcane. Next, the resub Aloe Aaron. Have I seen Barstool Pizza Review? Yeah, I've seen some of them. Like the one where there's like a bunch of fucking chaos. Thanks to the gift sub Aloe in tier 1. Micus in tier 1 Monkey. What does that mean, Ludi? Tell Lud to get the 16-year-old speedrunner he's exploiting to get a new PC so he can stream. I don't know what that means. What is he doing? I'll let him know, though. Thanks to resub Glowbox and Charborg. The tier 1 Jaco. Yeah, I used to like Mountain Monsters. We watched quite a few episodes back in early just chatting, but the later seasons are just way too self-aware. There's the Prime Joe Bloomy and the resub Cole. And the resub Main Man and King Sea Dog. Did I hear about Jake Paul's new movie? No. Is there a trailer for it or no? Thanks to 2 gift subs, Final Destination, tier 1 Aaron, and the gift sub Natty. And the resub Octopus a day. And the resub Dizashi. Watch Keemstar Kills the Vibe. I saw that. It was at like the Aiden Ross stream thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was pretty big on Twitter a while ago. Thanks to the resub Turquoise. I know the Battle of Josh. That was more recent. Jake Paul's new movie is called Mainstream. This doesn't look new. This is 7 months old. Even wait, Elvis even covered it. Andrew Garfield is in this? The fuck? Maybe tier 1 Wyatt, tier 1 home arrow, and tier 1 water doge. I'll check out the trailer. I bet it's gonna be pretty cool.
What do you want to do with your life, Frankie?
I don't know.
Alright, what kind of stuff you want to make? I think you got potential. I want to make a next picture.
Really?
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah, right now.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for checking out this video.
My little niece.
Jesus Christ.
Do insane
The Amazing Spider-Man really ruined this guy.
So lit.
and promote a lifestyle of doing and saying nothing.
Hashtag swimming pool. Hashtag cocktail. Hashtag this pineapple life.
You can't be following me like I'm no one special, man.
Holy.
You've got talent. You want to be the guys that made two.
Where's Jake Paul?
You want to be no one special.
This is the beginning.
Maybe tier 1 Kilo.
Oh my God! This is all that matters. We're all here.
Crazy how good this is, huh?
We have phone or no phone.
I'm Charles Melton, and I'm here with no one special.
Then we have the game.
This looks fucking insufferable. Jake Paul's not even in the trailer. What the fuck? Unless I skipped it. That was just a lot to take in. Looks like shit. Not worth. If he's not the main character, I'm not interested. But I don't think Jake Paul will ever be the main character in a show. He can't read anymore. He's literally gotten so fucking dumb over the years. Like his intelligence has been dropping drastically. He even talked about how he's like completely, what was it? What do you call it? Like he suffered traumatic brain injuries over the years. There's no way he could read a script. There's a Prime Micro Pin, the Resub Strange, Matty Westside, and one chip. And the Resub Bin. Thanks to Resub Trees. Watch the Hulk vs. Kratos on Mighty Raccoons. It's awesome, bro. That's how I know I'm not going to like it. You put that in all caps. I know this is not going to be good, but we'll do it anyway. Let's ride. This channel sounds familiar, though.
This episode of Arcade Mode is sponsored by Eaglemoss. Hulk had very little of Bruce Banner and was easily angered, making him a threat to mankind. Banner was able to control the beast through radiation treatments.
This is like one of those
on to help a group called
power
the
rankings things.
His control had waned though, and the Hulk continued to threaten the world. Another gamma-powered being, Doc Samson, who was also a psychiatrist, attempted to treat Banner. He successfully
Resub
freed Bruce from the
Kogadama
Hulk
and
persona,
tier 1
but
group
when
of
the Hulk
cheese.
threatened to continue to destroy the world again,
Resub Courage.
Bruce reformed with the Hulk, shattering his persona in the process.
It's basically Death Battle, but from a different YouTuber.
Known as Mr. Fix-It. You're no god.
Oh my god. One of these. Alright, alright.
You have drawn your last breath. And death is your only way to escape. Coward! Now you will feel my wrath!
Where's Hulk? And where's Thanos? Doing a nene.
I have dishonored Asgard.
Thanks, Resub and Boop.
He won't. No!
I mean, I can appreciate the effort that went into it. It's not exactly something I typically watch. I would have loved it if I was a kid, though. 100%. Nice. Thanks, Resub Karma Rift. Oh, whoops. I've already watched Costa Concordia. Again, thank you for the 5 gift subs, Jenin. Thank you for the generosity. Thanks to Resub Ninja. Kanye West Drink Champs interview. I mean, is there something cool that happens in there, or they're like, what the fuck is that? Sounds really boring, but you know what? Let it ride. You want to see it? Let's see it. This is 2 hours and 24 minutes. Are you fucking insane? Here, we'll do highlights.
Born serial killer, that's what they want to do. Right. People are always there for a reason. And ain't nobody like, I had this conversation where Drake is like, I never fucked Kim. But I was like, but you acted like you did. You got bars that's like hidden heels, give your wife the chills. You doing all kind of, it's like somebody throwing a marble and hiding their hand or something like that. It's like you all that's disrespect.
He's making a good point.
We had this conversation, and this is all.
I don't know what he's talking about, but it sounds cool.
To this nigga no more. This nigga acting like he fucked, and like we ain't never really, like we never really had that conversation. Like, oh, I never fucked him, right? No, but what about all the? Did you ever DM her?
Why did you recommend that, man? The last thing I care about is celebrity gossip. Why the fuck do I care? It's not very enjoyable. I mean, I guess if you're like real into TMZ, it'd be cool, but I can't say I'm looking for that. Thanks to resub blah blah. That just sounds sad, 58. I'm not gonna watch that. I might check it out on my own, but that just sounds like a sad thing. Have you seen the Baymax movie trailer? I think someone recommended that last time. The Da Vinci Twins wrestling. It's actually just them wrestling. It's kind of cute. They look like they're having fun. God damn, that's loud.
Silas Youngin sweeps the leg. And the 4-eye, that's the plural.
I didn't know they were wrestlers.
If you look up the abdominals and the back of both.
Oh, big eye rake with.
Nice. Yeah, it's the Da Vinci boys. There's a Beamer, Trey, and Red Rhino in the Prime Clover. Risa Billiam. The Time Cube Theory. We watched that last time, didn't we? Or was it the time before that? I know we've seen Time Cube. I've already queued up Summoning Salt and Channel 5. We'll definitely watch these, but in a little while. I don't like to go to the great ones until like middle. Thanks to give sub Deep Space and resub Croissant. Thanks to resub Pepin and Real Steel. Okay, we'll watch the trailer for Project L. Sure. Is it this one? Project L, Riot X, Arcane Epilogue? Assuming this is a 6-minute trailer.
Hey everyone,
Jesus Christ.
I'm Tom, executive producer at Project L.
Hey Tom.
And I'm Tony.
What's up, Tony?
Technical lead. Last time we talked, I let you in on the secret that we're building a fighting game here at Riot. We showed you a brief glimpse of gameplay and said we'd be going dark for a while, but we'd share more when we're ready. Well, a lot's changed since then. We've made some great progress, and while the game is still too far out to commit to a release date, it's been a bit since you heard from us.
Well, that's good news at least. It's great to hear, Jay.
From the beginning, we knew that we wanted to make a 2D fighter set in the universe of Runeterra, but the 2D fighting space is pretty broad. Even from that starting point, there were a ton of different directions we could take the game. After lots of exploration, we're excited to say that we've landed on a direction that we're pretty pumped about.
We decided to cancel
In
it.
this quick update, we'll walk you through our high-level approach when it comes to core gameplay, character design, and netcode. But first, allow me to reintroduce Project L.
Oh, is it like a Guilty Gear Strive kind of fighter? Thanks to 2 gift sub zombie. It's more like Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay. I used to like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I wasn't very good at it though.
We feel like this is
My favorite was always Mortal Kombat 9 though.
Strategic team building and on-the-fly decision making on top of strong fighting fundamentals. Our goal is to build a game that delivers a fast-paced, dynamic combat fantasy while leaving plenty of room for you to be creative and express yourself in gameplay. Like a lot of you out there, we're inspired by the insane outplays, hard reads, and 200 IQ plays behind some of the most iconic moments in fighting game history.
I mean, I have no doubt that it'll probably be pretty good.
A game that allows you to create new iconic moments for many years to come. Now let's talk about controls.
Charlie watching this knowing he's gonna be fucking shit at it.
Strong opinions about mechanical difficulty in fighting games.
Doesn't mean I don't like fighting games, just because I'm not good at them.
So yes, we are making it easier to jump in.
Man, I wish I had just streamed back during Mortal Kombat 9.
That said,
that way people would never doubt me in a fighting game again, even though I do suck at them now.
Providing opportunities for you to showcase your high-end mastery. One of the delights of fighting games is seeing top players move and fight in a way that's inspiring and distinct from lesser skilled players. We want to set that aspirational summit and build a steadily increasing difficulty curve to get you there.
Yeah, I mean, this looks good. I'm sure it'll be fine. Who did you play? Raiden, Ermac, and Noob Saibot. Those were my main 3. Thanks to Tier 1 Legendary Mr. Fluffles and the resub Rayo Man. What do you mean, ew, Ermac? Ermac was fucking great. His combos were super cool. Raiden was mainly just about getting into the corner and doing some pretty broken corner strings. Thanks to Prime Mog. Washing machine that would not die. Washing machine that would not. This one?
Okay, couple of days time in the UK, it's firework night. So I thought, bit of unnecessary carnage, get myself a washing machine, wide it up to a speed.
Maybe some more Defunct Land later.
And then we'll fire
Watch the multiverse trailer. What are you talking about?
This washing machine just did not want to die. No, it didn't.
Thanks to resub statics.
Yeah. Right, let's fire the fireworks in it now.
Yeah, fuck them up.
I missed. It's so loud.
Oh, multiverses. Oh, hold on, I'm watching this Immortal Washing Machine.
It just took it.
You get some Kev.
The washing machine just took it. Do you want to have a go?
I bet it would die if you threw a grenade at it.
Oh, no. Something has stopped it. Right, looks like we've got to do some electrical investigation, but I think we can do
5k bits tray, Jesus Christ, thank you.
Fire. Oh, it's only a little fire. One of the cables has come up. We're all right. Yeah, look, it's this one. She's back alive! Let's get the old girl spinning. Right, we're trying to hit with something bigger now. A 25 shot break! Line up! Let's chuck it in!
Take responsibility for your actions.
Washing machines are pretty incredible. I don't want to see them tortured anymore. It clearly wants to live and they won't let it. So the multiverses trailer you wanted me to see? I saw clips on Twitter. It didn't look that great.
Hi,
but I love the
Tony,
idea.
The game director and co-founder here at Player First.
That's pretty crazy. Is there on every fighting game team someone named Tony at like the top level and they have to be bald? Because for Riot Project L there was also a bald Tony. This is pretty cute. I think I'm discovering an industry secret.
Games. We're here today to give you a first look at our new game, Multiverses. About 2 years ago, we had a question. Can we create a platform fighter that embodies everything we love about the genre, removes the pain points, and brings in some new ideas? Multiverses emphasizes teamwork and social play.
See, like that's what I don't really like. I like one-on-one. I mean, fuck
this is our
teamwork.
take on the competitive platform fighter. Cooperative, deep combat mechanics across multiple platforms and free to play. Everything is better with your friends, and that's a bond we want to emphasize across our modes, especially in 2v2.
Hi, coming at you.
Every character has unique moves that focus on team play. Whether that's a smoke bomb from Batman to cover your team's movement, Batman out. Stealing shielding his ally for extra defense.
Need a shield?
Saving someone with a lasso tree. Or using Bugs Bunny's tunnel. The better your teamwork, the better your chances are to win.
You're under my protection.
We built the game from the ground up for teamwork
Thanks,
and
Resub
co-op
Treenet.
to deliver a more unique experience that we think players will enjoy. And for those of us who like to play solo, don't worry, we support that too.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cute,
is not afraid.
like casually, but
Our
not
roster
for
has some of the most
professional
recognizable characters.
sweat.
So bring them to life with as close to one-to-one representation as possible through visuals.
But I guess I could be
worlds,
wrong.
through music and more is important to us. That's why iconic voice talent powers many of our characters, like Kevin Conroy as Batman.
I am Batman.
In fact, we think you'll recognize a lot of them.
Bet you didn't know about my dancing powers.
My roommate thinks I have anger issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cute. I don't think I'd get really into it. Directly calling out Nickelodeon, yeah. Nick All-Stars Brawl doesn't have any of that. Have you noticed the hidden messages in Arcane like Warwick or Oriana, Swain, etc.? I noticed Warwick. I didn't see Oriana or Swain. Or do you mean like hinting at their existence? Because they directly kind of show... Oh, I guess it's a spoiler. I won't get into it. You missed Shaggy. That powerful Shaggy meme is dead. Really appreciate it again, Trey. Thank you, man. Have you seen Fawful's Minion? I can't say I have. Is it video game related stuff? But it's Matthew Lillard. Well, I have no doubt it's Matthew Lillard. I think that guy is great, but it's not going to make the game any better. He's a tier 1 Josh and the resub Daniel. Favorite food is Italian food. This is 46 minutes. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Josh. Appreciate the generosity. And thank you again, Jinin. Jesus Christ, you're going wild tonight. Thank you, Jinin. Did you see Rockstar's apology? No, what? Rockstar apologize. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my god. Thanks, Rockstar. Okay, now I forgive you. We want to sincerely apologize to everyone who has encountered issues playing these games. Bro, it's not the issue. They just look like dog shit. The updated versions of these classic games did not launch in a state that meets our own standards of quality or the standards our fans have come to expect. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big understatement, I'd say. They outsourced it to a mobile game dev. They used an Instagram filter to simulate rain. There's no way Rockstar didn't know about it. I think they were just pushing the envelope to see how, like, lazy they could get and get away with it, and now they know where the bar is. Thank you for the 5 gift subs again, Josh. Thank you, man. Thanks to the gift sub Daniel and resub Peepo, or Pee Poo Poo and Hisoku and Cat Potato. Rockstar's pretty shameless sometimes. I mean, they've released GTA 5, what, like 20 times now? Is there anything else to this, or is that their only statement? Okay, that's about it. Rockstar sucks. Yeah, they're not that awesome anymore. I'll check them out on my own then, Redeemer. Usually don't like to go down like that kind of rabbit hole. Unless it's like something like Summoning Salt, I guess. But I'll look them up. It's pretty hard to vouch. Thanks for resub Imbergs and gift sub Kai Kai. Have you heard about the guy who got lost in the Paris catacombs? Yeah. DJ Khaled Overwatch performance, that's a classic. This is probably what killed Overwatch.
I'm the one, yeah. Shout out DJ Envy in the building.
Yeah! I'm already Tracer. Woo! Oh, I forgot how good this shit was, man. Just wafting a fart at the crowd. Khaled, it's an Overwatch competition.
Now put your hands up like this. What's my favorite word? Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
He's so fucking overrated. What do you mean overrated? Has he done anything? I only know him as like a joke. I don't even know what the fuck he's made. Or produced.
Put your hands up like this. And sing this with me. And sing it loud.
Is resub Symbolic? Wait, where's the music, Khaled? It's not supposed to be a cappella, this is boring. They don't know the words, Khaled! Wait, what did he say? If you're a woman like me, put your hands up? Oh, winner. Winner. Yeah, his mic got cut. I don't know why it's so quiet.
Like this. Hands in the sky like this. And I want you to sing my song with me. Let's go like this.
Yep, we watched the whole thing on Dan Silly last YouTube night. Oh man. I forgot how fucking great that was. I think this actually may have contributed to the death of Overwatch. Like, there's definitely a direct correlation between this performance and Overwatch's remarkable decline. He's a Prime Sonic. Cool Klee in the resub Symbolic. Oh, interesting, Onyx. I didn't even notice that. Another new one aspect? Okay, I can check them out later. Can't click link stoned. That doesn't sound very cool. Yep, I already have new Channel 5 and Summoning Salt queued. We'll watch them in a little bit. Exit Tier 1 Forest Knight. And the resub Demon Lurkin. This eerie footage will give you the willies. I should have known this was slapped ham just by the fucking title. Alright, let's see if I get the willies. Oh my god. That's too much. Holy shit.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at
Maybe
some
Prime
seriously
Lass.
creepy videos that may just test your nerve. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button for more scary content. Just like this.
Oh boy. I don't know if my willies are ready.
A Reddit user named Edik Dulak posted a video to our Slapped Ham subreddit that seems to show some eerie activity happening in their kitchen. He says that not too long ago he started to hear some
Resub
strange
iDog and
sounds
Ahab.
coming from his kitchen late at night while in bed, which understandably freaked him out.
Resub Vagiosis
But
and
one
Prime.
night he finally decided that
Hasdilla
enough was
and
enough,
Resub Wafu.
so he set up a video camera in his kitchen. It was set to record throughout the day while he was at work. This is what he captured.
Oh my fucking god. It's worse than I
As you
thought.
can see, the uploader's kitchen cabinets appear to be opening all by themselves.
Oh! What in tarnation?
At one point, one of the shelves within the cabinet starts to vibrate up and down.
Oh no! Very frightening. I don't think it's a ghost. This might actually be like a pixie, like
Towards
using
the
it like a
end of the video,
trampoline.
there are also some noticeable EVPs present.
Fuck is an EVP?
Many commenters agree that this footage is unsettling to watch, and is definitely one of the most realistic pieces of poltergeist activity they've seen.
You'll get no argument from me. This is unsettling. There's a tier 1 Brandon and the resub Thunder Shack.
So what do you think? Is the uploader actually experiencing paranormal activity
Yes.
right in his own home?
He is.
Or is it all just a cleverly executed hoax?
Clever.
Let us know your take on it in the comments section down below.
No, you can't fake this. There's a gift sub Timbo and the resub Boyne. Most dangerous stretch of water. And the Rhino
The
Gardenia.
following video was posted to TikTok by an account called TyNice125. It was filmed by a security guard that works at a school somewhere in the Philippines. Throughout the video, the security guard walks around the schoolyard premises, looking a little bit on edge. As he walks around the school, it doesn't take long for some truly unsettling things to occur. Take a look.
Get away from that window!
Yun guys, oh, yung kita niyo yung mga bangko. Yun guys. Yun, walang tao dyan guys ha. Tapos yung...
As you can see, the chairs in the classroom begin to...
Alright, that's all my Willy can handle. God damn. That was a lot. That'd be pretty wild, Stone. Not wrong. There's the resub. Tom and the prime chocolate milk. So the Rhino Gardenia, huh? Thirsty Rhino wants to make love with a picky girl. Bro, you need help. What is wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Exit Prime Xenos and Tier 1 Brop Grunge. Most dangerous stretch of water. Oh, this is a Tom Scott video. I haven't seen this one.
Behind me is a bit of water called the Strid. There are a couple of Strids in Britain, but this is the one on the River Wharfe at Bolton Abbey in Yorkshire. And I reckon it is the most dangerous stretch of water anywhere on Earth. Now, that's a bold claim, I know. There are certainly rivers that have taken more lives, and there are rapids and waterfalls that few boats could ever sail, but generally, you can see them coming. This is just an innocent-looking stream in the middle of some woods. You could jump over it. People occasionally do, but if you miss that jump, it'll kill you.
I don't believe
This is what the river looks like about 100 metres upstream. Same river. All that water went down.
This is some pussy shit.
Thanks to the local geology,
I don't even see sharks.
Turns on its side.
Or alligators.
Gouging out passages and tunnels in the rocks below. Those banks
turquoise.
are actually overhangs. There isn't any riverbed just below the surface. It's a deep, boiling mass of fast and deadly currents. There are claims that falling in has a 100% fatality rate. There's no way to confirm that, of course, because a local person doesn't die in river, doesn't make the news, but it has claimed a lot of lives. There are even tales from the 12th century of a young boy set to be the future King of Scotland who died trying to jump across those waters.
Can we put like a camera in there so I can see
that
it?
falls in might not come out
There's a
in
lot of hype.
recognizable form. It could just get pulverized against the rocks underwater.
These Tier 1 flat
over
in the prime
and over
fool.
and over again. I'd try and put a camera in, but then I'd have to get close to the edge, and the edge isn't sharp. It just curves towards the water.
Throw it with
and
a fishing
covered
rod.
in slippery moss. Besides, the water is opaque and brown with peat stain. You'd see nothing. Is it survivable?
These Tier 1
Maybe.
Broger,
Yeah,
prime
with a lot of
bull,
equipment and a lot of
orgasmic.
luck. And you'll find occasional testimony from foolhardy people who've swum in the Karma pools at the bottom on drier days, but that's also where a young child drowned back in 2010. That's why it's so dangerous. It looks safe. It looks tempting.
It does. It does.
And it'll kill you.
No, it won't. That's just propaganda. They don't want us going in there because it's some kind of healing spring or something that they're trying to keep to themselves. I see right through it. Atlantis. True. Could also be Atlantis. Cool spring. Yeah, it seems to be very well known. I like to see how deep it goes. There's a resub Duluth. I've already watched Freestyle Canoeing a long time ago. Next to the Bits Ponder and Calvin. I know the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream book. I don't know about the author though. I know exactly who you're talking about, Drifting. Yeah, someone linked that a while ago. I've already seen, unless there's new ones, but I'm pretty sure I've already seen all of Side Talk. I have actually not seen this. This is 8 days old. But I do like side
Who am I here
talk.
with? You're here with John Gotti. Fuck is you talking about?
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would buy?
A Subaru Outback so I can have mad strippers that give shape-ups in the back.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Ellen DeGeneres.
If you could go to one place in Italy, where would it be?
Domino's. Matter of fact, I need cannolis. Back out the cannolis and all that. Cannolis is mandatory.
I want to be a part of it.
This guy's cool.
New York, New York.
All right, Kevin, I want to let you know I'm very disappointed in you. You violated grown man rule number 356. I don't see a beverage in sight. That's true.
Yo, Kelly, talk your shit, Kelly.
Yo, suck my dick. Suck my dick and then suck my dick.
We got Bill Gates at the festival. He don't want to talk, though. That's him, though. What y'all do right now?
This is so sweet. This looks fun.
Hey, yo!
I'm very disappointed in you, bro. You eating a glizzy. That's a violation, number one. Number two, you in violation because you got no beverage. That's even worse.
New York.
Imagine that's the real Frank Sinatra. Came back to life just to be on Side Talk. He's got a cool shirt. It just says crack. That's kind of cool. And then I guess this strap and that kind of like form a little story. Cure crack. It's adorable. Still not as cool as the Coney Island one though. The guy that shooting like a fire hydrant at cars. Thanks to the resub, Derpy Fish. Jesus, Electronics, well, that's a weird story. Thanks to the gift sub, Turt. Rate my takeaway. What is it? Is it food reviews?
Oh, we're here, guys, we're here. So I'm back in York today, back in Shambles. Been here a few times, as you know. Right, and I kept seeing this place. And it just looked a bit plain and simple.
Thanks for resub, Pineapple.
An Indian wrap. So, here we go. Alright, this is it. No cans. Looks good. Simple menu. Alright, so let's see what's on it and let's see what it's all about. Hey, mate, you alright? So, I've been here a few times, mate. And I've been walking past. I've been smelling these beautiful smells. So
he seems like a nice guy.
I just want to know what you've got on the menu, what it's all about, if you can.
Basically, it's Indian street food.
Thanks to the resub, Crazy and
Traditional and normal
Mammotham.
restaurants and stuff.
Right.
So we do the dosa, which is a very traditional South Indian dish, or the naan bread wrap. We used to be called a katni roll, but
right.
knew what that was. So our mace and the samosa chat.
Right.
Let's just see the review of the food.
Look at that bad boy. That looks all right, doesn't it? So it's Indian street food. So it's quick, on the go. Grab it, eat it, done. Bottle of water. We know what that's all about. And then this here is the masala dosa. So let's have a look at this. What's that coming out? That's Twiglets. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
There you go. So, some kind of...
Really? Just attack it? Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So we're salad. All right, love, how are you? All right, pal.
I didn't understand a word he just said with that. Did I see the original Bob's Burger concept? Maybe, I don't know. Thanks to the resub, Clankton. There's a new Joshua in the Promised Land coming out. Where? Oh, I guess there is one. Oh, there is. The Reanimated Project. Where's the trailer? Let's just see this scene.
What you just saw was a shot from the 2003 movie Joshua and the Promised Land. If you're unfamiliar with the movie, it's about a little furry lion named Joshua. His parents are very
I watched this a
mean to
long
him,
time
so
ago.
a TV-static angel demon thingy named Chris comes to take him for an adventure in ancient Egypt. There he possesses an ancient Jewish furry lion who is also named Joshua, supposedly,
There's a
and
Prime
takes his
Siege.
place in the story, eventually leading the takedown of Jericho. When he returns to the normal world, he sword fights an ancient demon head thingy, wins, and after that his parents are nicer to him through the power of God.
That's a great movie.
It was made by pretty much one dude with no experience, which is probably why the movie has such a high meme value. Thank you, Jim Lyon. The world wouldn't be the same without this movie. Recently, the YouTuber SaberSpark, who is mostly responsible for bringing this movie into the attention of the public in the first place...
Hey, what the fuck is that about? What do you mean? I watched this movie 6 years ago. Look at that. I was on the fucking forefront of Joshua in the Promised Land. I was there at goddamn midnight release for this bitch. It's a great movie. No respect.
Announced that he will be organizing a multi-animator project with
He's
the
the
goal
prime
of reanimating
Smeed
this
and
absolute
Key guy.
legend of a movie. I have always wanted to join a reanimating project, but due to copyright issues, they have usually been announced and created on a platform like Twitter, and if you know me,
He's a tier 1 mayor.
you know that I avoid Twitter like the plague. But SaberSpark announced
You're
the
lost.
project on
Twitter's so
YouTube,
good.
which allowed me to enter it. Yay!
Let's see the scene.
Also, this shot as well, but more blood cherry, like a snake, and paste it really.
I just want to see the whole thing.
And exploding into look like when.
Oh, it's not even going to be 3D. I see.
Much thanks.
Okay. Nice. So it's going to be like the Shrek reimagined thing? I thought it was like an official thing from Jim Lyon. He's the Risa Bob. Trailer is right there. I see it's going to be like the Shrek reimagined thing. I thought it was going to be like an official Jim Lyon. Like he came out of retirement just to remake Joshua in the Promised Land. Doritos Bacon Cheeseburger review. What's up with these food reviews? Is this one more interesting than the last one? Which one am I looking for? This one? Is this your video? You self-promoing? That has literally 2 views. It's just your video then. No self-promo. Was it good though? Yeah, I watched the Brawlhalla singles today. It was good. Unlucky for Boomy today, but it happens. It's one of those days. Next year he wins it all. Watch Cuckoo Big Battle? What? Is that another one of those silly animations? Cuckoo Big Battle? When judges can't stop laughing. Sounds like you have some shitty friends, Singe. I don't have any advice for you, but I wish you the best. So this? Oh my god, you're actually recommending... Oh my god. You're recommending X Factor highlights. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to pass. Any games to speedrun? No, still probably gonna go through... I still have these tabs. I'll still probably go through these at some point, but right now I've just been enjoying a lot of different games. A lot of fun stuff's come out recently. Look up Mr. Zed the Robotic comic. I can't imagine this being good, but just for you. Holy shit, this is from 1993. Good lord, alright.
Hello, I'm Zed, prototype of the ZX line and the future of stand-up comedy.
Thanks for your Ben.
Well, what kind of audience do we have here this evening? Anyone on a first date?
Pretty cool.
Good. Any football supporters? Good. Anyone from out of town?
He's really good at looking like a robot.
Where are you from, sir? Good. Always glad to meet someone from your town. Of course, this isn't the actual act. No, this is just the warm-up. Now we could do it like
this. This is adorable.
Or we could use microwaves. You know how that works, don't you? This is a wave.
I think if I was really young, I would have loved that. Thanks for the resub, Kimberly Joyce. That's a cute little routine, though. Thanks a Prime Alec. Thanks for the resub, Kaiser and Afterglown. The Prime Jack. I've already seen plenty of Gemini Home Entertainment. When are you going to play the Bioshock games? I don't know, I haven't planned it out. More Muay Thai anytime soon? Maybe. Depends on the story. Here. Let's switch gears. Let's just go to one that we know is going to be good. Channel 5, baby.
Cold old English right here. Yeah, I'm watching these streets also and these weird ass niggas in these cars, nigga. This shit ain't a game. I like to let motherfuckers know around the world it get real tricky, it get real Mickey, it get real dangerous. My goddamn, he came to 55th Street to do an interview. God, great man on hood. But I'll fuck your wife, Custer. I'm gonna keep it 55th Street.
Who's Custer?
This guy is awesome.
Custer is a buster with a C on my motherfucking crib. Something nifty on 50.
He should be a voice actor. He's got a really cool voice. I could imagine him as like a villain in some kind of a Bethesda game or something. Fucking new Fallout 76 DLC. So it's just like chasing you around calling you Custer.
What does it mean to be nifty?
You tell a sitch you wanna bust her pussy and asshole open, you fight me, and then you gonna have a nifty issue with her, yeah? You fight me, you gonna do nifty things in that Motel 5 with that sitch. Let's go ahead and keep it 55th
True.
Street. This 55th Street.
How long have you been hanging out here for?
Oh, cuz, I got put on, cuz. I was a teenager.
What does it mean to get put on?
Okay, well, I can take you in the alley. One of y'all want to catch a friendly fade with Crip Mac?
Nick wants to get put on.
Come on, cuz. Come in the alley.
Is he just gonna get his ass beat?
Come on, Nick. No Custer shit. Come on. I fight anybody. I don't give a fuck on neighborhood Crip.
Nick, how do you feel?
I'm a little nervous. I've never been put on.
All cuz gotta do is fight back. Come on, Nick. Swing. Swing.
Nick, don't let him beat you. Jesus Christ, Nick. You're fired. Oh! He punched him with the camera.
I would. First motherfucking video man to come in the motherfucking 55th Street alley and actually attempt a 55th Street fade. Cuz got more heart than all these other Custer ass motherfucking video people out here. You would have never made the cut. I'm gonna keep it 55th Street. But if you would have stayed back here and more motherfuckers would have came, you kept on fighting. As long as you get up and keep fighting, God damn it. On hood, everything would have seemed all right, Kay. You would have eventually got put on. We're gonna name him Dynamite Blue. Dynamite Blue.
Ooh, that's a good name.
In the county jail, you gangbang, Nick, they gonna punch the shit out of you. And remember, if you ever do a lot of time in jail, never commit suicide.
It's positive. That's wholesome.
Thank you.
On hood.
Breaking news.
I can respect Nick a lot here. I thought he was just gonna go in here and be like joking around, but he threw a shot with the camera. Literally had some fucking brass knuckles on him and just blasted him with what appears to be a pretty expensive piece of equipment. Good for you, Nick. What did he nickname him? Dynamite Blue? Or is he Dynamite Blue? Or was that like his anime finishing move, and that's what he calls it?
Then she helps.
5. With Andrew Callahan.
It's all about having heart, okay? You don't see scared of nobody bigger than you. I understand on neighborhood crib. Look, Lupe, bring that big fucking thing of water out that fucking back of that car. Lupe from 4-6 neighborhood crib, so she's from the 40s right up the street. Oh, Lupe is a great woman. She's an assistant. She helps me.
As he gives sub Jen and the resub work.
Been together for.
We're not in a relationship.
Really?
No, cuz that's my driver.
I had no idea. I thought you guys were in a relationship.
Bro, I'm his homegirl, bro. You know, it's a difference between sitches and homegirls, you know. I don't got
He doesn't bust your pussy and asshole out at the Motel 5 or whatever?
Bang banging solid, and she gonna stay snoo. She is.
Let him bust that pussy out.
We respect Lupe. You find me?
Who's the prettiest girl you ever, you know, did the thing with?
God, pretty. Oh, that's hard. Yeah, that's a hard question, gal. How we gonna answer this? Okay, let's give you two. Let's do Shaniqua. Shaniqua, she is the top. And keep it 50 straight. You find me? We'll do Stacy Mack.
What do you want to be when you get like what's your life goal?
Well, I told you I want to own the stuff 5 the kids, the gyms and shit. Some big booty, beautiful sitches. They can run the program. Give back 5 the community as I 5C successful. But over money, I ain't never gonna change. I am Snoo the fuck I am. I'm gonna keep it 55 straight.
You ever regret having any of the face tattoos?
I'm gonna keep it 55 straight, just the sitch name on my face. But all the gang whack outs, I love them. I'm about them and they're never coming off.
Hold on, what does the forehead one say? That's the one he regrets. What does it say? Does it say Coochie kills? Can I get a close up?
Tattoos?
I'm gonna keep it 55 straight.
Coochie killer. Cookie killer? What does it say? Oh, it is Coochie killer? Okay, I thought so. I couldn't tell. The IE doesn't really like come through. It looks more like it just says cookie-ish. He said it's a snitch's name. Hoover killer. Hoover? I'll have to wait for another
just the sitch name
pause,
on my face.
I think.
But all the gang whack outs, I love them. I'm about them and they're never coming off. I don't give a fuck. You at $1 million right now, cuz. I'm gonna spit on that motherfucker on neighborhood crib. Me and Lupe gonna go get our money out the mud.
Would you say that kids should stay in school and not join gangs?
Well, kids, we're going to keep it 55th Street. Kids, they should go to school. They should take care of their family. Do shit for themselves.
Oh, this guy's
You
nice.
can't say every kid not going to gangbang because a lot of kids want to do this shit. You got to get prepared on they.
Oh, hold on. That was a good opportunity to read it. Hoovac killer. Okay.
Prepared on neighborhood crib. Watch this car right here. Lupe, you got to park closer. 5 feet closer. Just know, Crip Max said this is not a motherfucking game. Some people drink alcohol and they don't drink no water. That would kill you. You got to eat. You got to drink water, Kev, before you drink. It's not rocket science, motherfucker. Stay in school. Do sports. Get back 5 the community at the kindness of
He's a
your
Prime
heart.
Road.
Five
Yusuf
C,
John.
5C, successful. 50
Raijin and Prime Beast Mode.
He's a beautiful person. He's a beautiful person. He's always helping me. He comes by to see if I need anything, you know. See, I'm disabled. A lot of times he come by and I don't have the money to get the parts I need for my weed eaters and lawnmowers, you know, because somebody stole my lawnmower. Come by and got me a weed eater, you know, and I appreciate it.
Someone stole his lawnmower and he gave you a weed eater?
Benefit to the neighborhood.
Sounds like he didn't solve the problem.
You know, and he has ideas, you know, he's a business-minded man.
What are some of the ideas he has that you like?
The value of life itself. Your liberty ends where the next man's liberty began. And I've cried many days right here, you know, because I lost a lot of homies, a lot of loved ones. You know, I'm 5-5 neighborhood Crip, and I have no enemies. But you can make me your enemy if you do something to me. Our neighbors, they don't have to accept us, but we have to accept them. But when I see them, I know life has got him. I know God got him.
That was wholesome.
Just because a nigga a gangbanger, see, that's where they get shit fucked up. Niggas got problem with the media enemies through the gang shit. But them people downtown, the people that's homeless, Cause they don't gangbang the babies and innocent people. They don't got shit to do with these politics we do out here, kid.
Thanks for sub 505.
Ma'am, would you like some pizza?
Oh.
God sakes, you need pizza. God bless
Well,
you.
this is such a nice guy.
Never commit suicide. Everything gonna see all right. On wood. Nobody is better than anybody out here. We are all equal as people. Hey, sir, tacos over there.
That's a good motto.
Get you some free tacos. And remember, never commit suicide. Everything gonna see all right. I'm gonna give you 55th Street.
This guy's fucking awesome. Oh, that's so adorable. So how did Andrew meet him? Is there like lore here? Did I miss him in another video or something? Or did this really just like come out of nowhere? Thanks to Resub Nifty. He's been on No Jumper a bunch. Has he? He's on TikTok. He's been on No Jumper a bunch. He's everywhere. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
How often do you do this?
I do it every Sunday. We got tacos with HK Tone Sauce and Drea tacos. A lot of tacos. It means a lot. You know why? Like I said, nobody's better than nobody.
How many people have you guys served here today so far?
Like 50.
50 to 100.
It's a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's called Channel 5.
Yeah, YouTube channel is Channel 5?
It's a YouTube show called Channel 5.
Good.
You find me, a lot of people are in jail. They don't have their family. Their moms died.
She went home and
You just gotta
subscribed.
keep your head held up high. You never know, cuz. You can have a great day, some shit like this, and something make you happy, cuz. Enemy you feeding them might say, fuck your dead homies and spit on you. I don't give a fuck about these cameras. I'm gonna knock cuz sleep. I'm gonna do destruction. I'm crazy, cuz. I mean, a lot of people can see it's not an act.
Have you always been crazy?
I think since I was younger.
What age are you thinking?
I think Granny Bear would say about 10 or 12 years old, around that.
What kind of stuff started happening around that time?
Well, just was going back and forth with Mama Bear's boyfriend. Then I
What?
got in some snubble.
What kind of trouble were you getting into super early?
What?
You ever heard of Ding Dong Ditch as a kid? Just
Yeah.
But it was more so just growing up from a house in another house. Like, you find me like back and forth. I could go fight jail, do a gang of time, cuz, and have nowhere, cuz. I got this down here. These people are also people, cuz. As I fight successful, and so I got something good going on from the bottom of my heart. Hey, sir, never commit suicide. Everything gonna see all right. Would you like a slice of pizza?
Oh, no, it is, sir.
He just throws himself in front of a car after that.
Maybe after a couple beers or something.
I don't drink. I'm a diabetic.
All right, well, what
Oh.
about a pizza later when you get hungry?
Oh,
That's not rocket science. He took it. Everything gonna see all right. Gonna see all right, cuz. Never commit suicide. Never commit suicide. Things get rough. Don't give up. Don't take your own life. Everything gonna see all right. Gonna see
This is oddly inspiring.
suicide.
You know, there's a concert happening nearby.
No, I don't pay attention to the concerts and shit like that. Is that what you were interested in?
Well, it's a heavy metal band called Slipknot. You want to go to Slipknot?
What do they stand for?
They stand for hard rock metal music. They're from Iowa. They're like a.
I'm meeting some new nice white ladies with a nice ass. So let's go. I know they got some white stitches.
Are they actually just going to a Slipknot concert? Let's go. Do Slipknot fans still call themselves maggots?
Slipknot is my
Or is that
favorite
too old
fucking
school?
band.
Thanks for the gift sub, Mayor. The resub Nova. DMCA. I'm not worried about it.
It's my girlfriend's favorite band.
All right.
Slipknot is 9 guys that really just don't give a shit, pound music to their fucking core, fucking give it to their fans, give it to the maggots every fucking day.
Oh, alright,
They
could have
got
just
that loyalty
waited.
And they
Yeah.
got that drive to want to produce music that they love and that the fans love. They don't
Thanks
give a
to
fuck what
Prime
anybody thinks
Bean.
about them.
Just like me, I got Hoover Killer tatted on my motherfucking head. I'm a
Oh, it's
fly
Hoover.
Crip. I'm 5 minutes and I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks.
Yeah.
For sure, man. Well, Slipknot concert with it. Heat ass, I eat coochie, you dig?
They give their energy, their life, because they have a passion for this music like no other fucking band.
How many big booty stitches have you fucked off of this good music?
At least 5.
Oh, goddamn!
Actually, Travis Scott tattoo. It's the Cactus Jack logo in Russian. It's like one of his designs.
That didn't age well, did
You
it?
got a man's name tatted on the side of your motherfucking body.
Yeah.
Why?
I have the rage inside my body, so I got it on my body.
All right, get up out of here. Hey, you know, I keep it 55th Street. This type of music could go good with some great lyrics. As soon as I got put on, in and out of jail, been my lifestyle. Banging fly to set, young hustlers going wild. Smashing anything that is tramping hood. Me and my lokes up to no good. What do you like about Slipknot?
Pure aggression, just violent.
They don't give a fuck what nobody thinks.
Nope.
I like Slipknot. I don't do no custer shit. If you end your life, you on custer shit. Never take your own life. Never take your own life. Listen, 5 Grit Mac. Never take your own life. Big suicide killer. Everything gon' see alright. I'ma keep it 55th Street.
That was fucking great. What a nice guy. That was cute. He's a tier 1 Crota. I saw the merch vid. That was unexpectedly wholesome. Thanks to the resub Schmalzy. Yeah, Channel 5 has nothing but bangers. Oh, there's another new one. Oh. Honestly, losing All Gas No Brakes really may have been a blessing in disguise. Andrew's really like upped everything since then. Channel 5's just been fucking crushing it. Thanks to tier 1 Kuri. And the Prime VF and the resub Biddy. Why'd he lose it? It was the company that represented him, like, kicked him out of his own channel. There's the Prime Dart. I've already forgotten most of the story. That company's such a piece of shit. I just completely wiped them from my memory. They're not even worth remembering their name. I don't want to watch Paternity Court. I never find that fun. Yep, Arcane was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Thanks to resub Prestige and the Bits Bob Sack. I was very impressed with Arcane. Corey Feldman's celebrity wife swap. Corey Feldman was on wife swap. I did, Tori. These are tier 1 CVM. DJ Peach Cobbler. What am I looking for? Is this just a YouTuber? And it just looks like they do normal videos. Corey Feldman definitely fucked that man's wife. Next to tier 1 Dagoog and the Prime Mr. Meow. Now I have to watch it. Falls and fails in true Corey fashion. Where is it? Is it this one? I gotta take a shit. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go take a shit real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, shit speed run complete, baby. Hey Socks, thanks for the 5 gift subs, man. Thanks to the tier 1 Big Suddy and the Prime Sin, the resub Avonlight. And of course I've seen Barbie Jeep Racing. I've seen all of them. New York Ninja. This?
Abductions of young women are still being reported. Another woman with mysterious radiation burns has been discovered.
We're gonna have a baby.
Oh my God.
I can't believe that John's wife was murdered.
You have to try and pull
This looks pretty cool.
This city owes me. Well, what's that? Justice.
Is this like an unironic thing or like meant to be a joke? Oh. That's fucking cool. Is this the real story? It was a lost ninja action film from the 80s. That's pretty fucking cool. There's no, like, nudity in the trailer, right? A lot of those 80s trailers, like Neil Breen in particular, not that was 80s, had his whole nutsack in his trailer. And that's on YouTube. I don't want to fall victim to that. These are prime Timpas.
Why won't anyone do anything? We are strong on crime, and together we have the power.
This is a big city. We're doing what we can.
Dude, what happened? Is he okay? What? Huh. What? Shit. What?
Tell the others, I'm coming for them.
I need you to help me.
I would.
This looks cool.
Dead.
Crime has remained at an all-time low thanks to ninja fever.
We're going live with this.
These men murdered her because of what she saw. It's linked to these abductions.
There's something weighing us down. It's that damn ninja.
New York Ninja's a real hero.
This movie looks good. I'll have to watch it. So this isn't like a spoof or a satire. This is actual, like, old 80s, isn't it? Isn't it? These are the Twin Towers right here, right? So this is an actual lost footage movie. Damn. That's pretty cool. Thanks to Tier 1, Johnny. Next resub, James in shock. You should watch this video analysis of TikTok's golden age. TikTok's golden age? What? Bro, TikTok's 2 years old. It's still in, like, its, like, only age. Next resub, RJ. Oh, I believe it, Chromatics. I mean, I guess I'll look it up. I don't know what I was looking for, to be honest. There's a Tier 1 Reddins. Zoomers think each month equals age. I guess. There's a Prime. Dream and Meme. What if Apple made an amusement park? Oh, this is just gonna be like I see, a compilation of these. Pretty sure I've seen this guy's clips on Twitter before. Thanks to the resub, Jojo. Hope you had a good day. We just watched the Channel 5. Crip Mac was great. Amos Yee, never the hero. Oh my god. If anyone's been on the internet for like, I don't know, how old is that story? Probably like 8 years. That following that in real time was the most wild thing. So if those that don't know, if I recall the lore correctly, Amos Yee, he was a YouTuber who spoke out about corruption in his country and was arrested for it. And then through the power of the internet, they got him freed and got him to America. And when he came to America, he started talking about how pedophilia is fine and babies can actually consent to wanting penis. And now he's in jail for, I believe the charge was child porn. Yeah, that whole story with Amos Yee was the craziest shit. Because I still remember when Reddit, like, some of the most upvoted posts were about Amos Yee, because he spoke out about corruption in the government of his country and then got arrested for it. So Reddit was doing the best they could to get him out, free him, and get him to America where he could be safe, and they did. Well, it wasn't just Reddit, but like they eventually did succeed in getting Amos Yee freed, and he did eventually get to America. And then he made a YouTube channel. Wonder if it's still up. No. For obvious reasons. Then he made a YouTube channel where he immediately started talking about, like, having sex with kids should be fine, pedophilia is okay and even good. And one of the big things that he always mentioned and always defended was that babies can actually consent to wanting penis. And he demonstrated their consent by doing this. It was fucking wild. Now, I could be wrong about, like, the origin, but I do remember he got to America after going to jail for speaking out against political corruption. And then he started that YouTube channel. But he may have actually had the channel during that time, too. It's been a while since I brushed up on the Amos Yee lore. Thanks to the Prime Big Cocks. Nope, we're gonna watch Summoning Saul here in a little bit. Thanks to the resub Mystic Trinkets. And the resub Frosted. Or Fostered. And the Prime Infamous. The Prime J-Rube. And the Prime Enoch. We've watched the Demon Core. There's a Prime Raptor. Daniel Larson. Isn't that The Exorcist? Pretty sure it is. Or no, that's Bob Larson. Who's Daniel Larson? The truth about Daniel Larson? Oh, Papa Gut made a video on him. What does he do?
Hello, my name is Daniel Larson. I just wanted to say happy birthday to Mike Hunt. Happy birthday, Mike
Classic.
Hunt. Have a great rest of your week.
Nice. Someone got him with the classic Mike Hunt. This guy's wild. What, is it like a huge rabbit hole or something? I'll have to check that out on my own time then. Thanks to resub McKenna. I love Harry Mack. Watch Memory TV. I love Memory TV. Memory TV is wild. It is a ride. He whipped his dick out on TikTok live once. Wow. Whipping your cock out on TikTok live is like whipping your cock out at a daycare. Rough. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, sweet. Well, thank you, Johnny. Look up Hobbs Sakuga. Are these just AMVs? I didn't know there was still like a live AMV community. I thought that was kind of like a dead medium. That's cute. Not something I want to watch on Just Chatting Night. But I used to love AMVs. I think YouTube owes a great debt to the AMV creation community. Back in the early 2006, 2007 YouTube era, most of the content was AMV related. Like some of the most popular videos at the time were just uploads of Death Note episodes and shit like that. Thanks to resub Mattlevy.
You've come.
I've already watched all of Killdozer.
The door of fate shall open.
Oh, thanks for the raid, Twitch Gaming.
I've been waiting for you.
Oh, sweet.
Friends.
Welcome. Oh, God. We have anime up. Oh, Jesus. Even worse. Oh, God. Oh, here. This is fine. Well, welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Tonight was Hive Mind, right? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Ludwig and I made it. We're letting Twitch Gaming borrow it. Hope it was a good show. Thanks to resub Nick in Oceanman. Emiru won, did she? Good for her, fuck yeah. And I already know all about Killdozer. That's Marvin Haymeyer. I learned about that fucking back in... Jesus, must have still been in college. That is a crazy story. Check out Beyond Expert. Trail sign says all. Thanks to resub Green Sweater. This? From Dangerous Dave. It's a cool name. Thanks to resub Toto. I feel like I've seen this. But I could just be wrong.
Oh my god.
Let's fucking ride, Dave.
Mosquitoes. Okay, checking out Iron Mountain in Merritt. Can't stop because there's infinite number of mosquitoes. Beyond Expert.
Turbo.
Should be interesting.
So I've never been to these kind of trails. Are these man-made or... they have to be. What a stupid question. They absolutely have to, like, start paving this kind of shit out. Aliens made it. He hadn't started going down it yet. I didn't know if it was just like a fucking trail they found. This looks fun. Which one do you like more, Raid 1 or 2? Are you talking about in RuneScape? 2. I like Theater Blood a lot.
Cool.
This shit gives you the chills. This is pretty tame compared to like the thrill seekers that do the giant skyscraper backflips and shit. Unless of course he's gonna start going through like spinning saw blades and fire.
Oh, just a drop.
This is how you kill a game,
for
the
the
death of
time.
Overwatch. You can easily snap your neck doing this. Oh, I believe it. It's definitely dangerous.
No kidding.
But I feel like doing backflips on the edge of a skyscraper is just as dangerous, if not more so. And the people that hang off the sides and do pull-ups. Pretty cool trail. Jesus Christ, how far does it go? Holy shit.
Not feeling it.
Oh, you coward.
It's not solo ride material.
Oh, you son of a bitch. What a blue ball. The one ramp.
Behind, but I also want to keep riding the rest of the summer. Let's get out of these mosquitoes.
God damn it.
It might have been a pretty quick stop too, actually, with those trees.
True, he just decapitated himself after the jump. Oh, here we go. Here's a little baby jump. Nice. Easy tier 1 shadow. God, this thing goes on forever. Jesus Christ.
That was amazing.
I have a friend that does this stuff at night. I don't even know how that'd be possible. This is how you kill a game. Jesus. Oh my god. So this one? I can already tell you what killed Overwatch, and we even watched it earlier this stream. It was that DJ Khaled concert. Ended it on the spot, to be honest. It sounds cute, Matt. I don't know if that's something I'd want to watch on stream, though.
Overwatch was once the future of esports.
Our goal is to create the world's premier esport league.
Hey, you did it.
Teams and players can thrive for years to come, and fans are made for life.
Blizzard, esports fans, and even casual players, everyone was hyped.
I used to love Overwatch. I was definitely in that group.
I said, all you
But just a few years later, the hype
Thanks, your sub ghost.
and the game might be dying.
I would rather do push-ups. I would rather lose weight. I would rather run a mile. Things like that. Those are some things I'd rather do than play Overwatch right now in this minute, because it is boring as F.
Overwatch is boring as F.
There's also a big change that the
Game's
OS
just
League
really
is gonna
fucking
die
boring.
completely.
How about you balance your game instead next time?
Oh my god, I hate this game.
So
It's honestly hard for Blizzard to listen to fan feedback, though, when they have to sexually assault women at the office. Like, it's a hard balancing act they have to perform, where it's like, hey, we have to work on the game, but we also have to sexually assault our employees, you know, with one or the other.
Between the alleged multi-million-dollar buy-ins, local game days for city-based teams, and the involvement of some of the biggest organizations in professional sports, it really did seem like the Overwatch League was going to be the future.
Overwatch League was the future. It was so close, too. So close. So they brought in DJ Khaled.
And just plain bad luck torched what should have been one of the biggest esports in the world, leaving everyone disappointed. But how did we get here? Because all the way back in 2014, when Overwatch was announced, it looked like one of the most exciting games we'd seen in a long time. Overwatch promised a different take on FPS games. It was more colorful, drew some mechanics from MOBAs, and just generally seemed like a new approach to a genre that was often intimidating.
It was pretty fresh. I mean, yeah.
At first,
it was fun.
Like
I used to like it.
bet paid off. 9.7 million players logged on to Overwatch's open beta in 2016. And just a few months after launch, the game had 20 million registered players. Overwatch quickly developed a small, mostly unofficial esports scene, but Blizzard had something bigger in mind.
Blizzard Entertainment is proud to announce the Overwatch League. a global world-class esport league designed from the ground up to celebrate the best of the best on their path to victory.
The biggest crime Overwatch committed was killing lawbreakers.
Of esports with a city-based franchise format.
Yeah, if only lawbreakers had a better launch.
This was unheard of in esports. But what was even crazier was the alleged buy-in. According to former ESPN reporter Jacob Wolf, Blizzard was allegedly asking for $20 million for each franchise in the Overwatch League, backed by major esports teams and huge investors.
20 mil?
Like the Kraft family, who owned the New England Patriots, among other sports teams.
We see it as a great opportunity, and what I like about it more than anything is
he's a tier 1
that it's a way to
Imsin
connect
and the resub
globally.
ghosted Mark.
At first, the confidence seemed earned. People were genuinely excited for the OWL. Viewership was solid, the venue was always packed, and people seemed to like cheering for their home teams. Over 300,000 people watched the London Spitfire become the first ever Overwatch League champions, with 20,000 more fans in attendance.
Getting those shots in, taking a jump on the shot.
I didn't watch.
London gets the main tank. Neptuno can't get there to res him. They only need one tick. They are so close.
Who did XQC used to play for? Was it the Sentinels? Thanks for Prime, Steve. It was the Fuel?
Heading out of season one,
okay.
it seemed
That
like
was
the
Fuel.
Overwatch League was poised for massive success. But then, everything went wrong. So how exactly did Overwatch go from
There's
hype
Prime
to
City.
hated so quickly? Well, first, Blizzard seemed to have no idea how to balance their game.
What's up, everyone? This is Jeff here
Jeff.
with another developer update to tell you about something super awesome, which is big changes coming for Mercy.
For example, when Blizzard tried to rework Mercy's Resurrect Ultimate, they unintentionally buffed her to must-pick or throwing status. The Mercy meta took over the game, and it's not hard to see why. Just look at Muselk res 3 times in 15 seconds.
Ready to go? I'm not seeing
You going to bed?
Hey, there you go. Hey! And he's back again. There you go. Okay, and then you're back again, boy.
Thank you. That's
Infinite resuscitation.
That's another
oh boy.
Seems like a cool change.
Okay, and give me just 1 second, and we're back again, boys.
Blizzard nerfed Mercy into the ground after that. But then, they made things worse.
Goats?
Goats. Goats.
It's a goat. I think it's a goat.
Can you explain what goats is?
Jesus
We've
Christ.
talked about goats plenty of times before, but basically, Blizzard accidentally balanced the game in such a way that the optimal comp at a high level was 3 tanks, 3 healers, and no DPS. The death ball of beefy health bars, big shields, and endless healing ran over or
I stopped playing after season... what? Would have been like season 3? Season 2 or 3? So I don't think I ever saw this. Wow, this looks fucking boring. Holy shit.
One of the big problems with this is that Goats was boring as hell to watch.
That's what I was
None of
saying.
the Goats heroes required any actual skill to use beyond timing.
Back in the beta, you had mechanically demanding heroes, i.e. you have to click on...
I miss season 1 of Overwatch. It really was so much fun.
With, you know,
You used to go
Widowmaker,
6
Tracer,
Winston when you were
right,
getting
where
desperate on
mechanically players
attack.
shine.
Oh, it was so
But then they
goofy.
kept adding in heroes that could displace.
Just a genuinely
They added in
good
heroes
time.
that had barriers.
Needless to say, the Overwatch League suffered as a result of Goats. It wasn't just boring to watch, it also sucked to play, and the player base got bored and pissed.
I would rather do push-ups. I would rather...
The beta in the first
lose
season,
weight.
yeah.
I would rather run a mile. Things like that, those are some things I'd rather do than play Overwatch right now in this meta, because it is boring as F.
We do see the Outlaws are going to pull out Dante's Tracer. This has been some of the things that Outlaws fans have been waiting for is a good Tracer
Watch the
player
story of
on
Sky King?
Houston.
Yeah, maybe in a
It's
minute.
Jake on the far. This combo's worked well for them before, but as soon as they see the defensive setup, they will just simply swap it away. Crucial time lost here for the Outlaws.
That's cute. What?
I'm just letting the fans give their the fans here in the studio give their opinion.
Well, you know, You want your team to win, right? They're going to have to play what's meta.
Pro DPS players were left out of GOATs and found themselves out of a job.
방황을 했죠, 어떻게 보면은. 저 혼자 좀 생각을 많이 하는 시간을 갖게 됐었어요, 그때. 그러다 보니까 계속 연습하긴 했거든요. 근데 뭐 쉽게 기회는 찾아오지 않긴 하더라고요.
And so you're gonna have guys like, you know, Tavik, IDDQD, like all these.
Why not
these,
just limit it to
pure
roles?
damage
That's what they
dealer
did
guys.
do.
They're just gonna fall off because you're going to instead lean
That's
into
what
the
they
guys
have
who
now.
play the Mei or
There's the Prime
who play
Senpai.
those kinds of multi-role heroes that get lumped into damage,
There's a Glyn.
and then all of a sudden, well, there you are. You're not going to see the damage dealers. You're going to see the Meis.
That ruined the game even more.
And
Yeah.
nobody wants to see the Meis. Sorry, it's just not exciting.
Remember, Overwatch was supposed to be a fresh take on FPS games. But with GOATs, it wasn't even really a shooter anymore. The game lost its soul. But that's not all it lost. In 2020,
we already watched the new
Blizzard
Channel
cut a
5.
$160 million deal with YouTube.
What?
Overwatch League streams exclusively to that platform
What?
instead of broadcasting on Twitch.
They made this deal in 2020. Overwatch was already on its way out at that time, right? The game's been dead for... Actually, I'm curious. How long has Overwatch been dead for? I feel like it's been dead for quite a while. This deal came so... YouTube got fucked. Let's see. Where would I find the accurate player count numbers? Here we go. Here's a tracker that goes year by year. No, by February 2020, it was still holding. Looks to be like roughly 5 mil active. So it wasn't like super dead at that time. It was in the middle of dropping though. Like it was already coming down when they signed this deal. Assuming this is even like an accurate chart. But yeah, I definitely remember in 2020 it was already becoming a joke. I'll just assume this is kind of accurate.
Fans hated this decision, and Overwatch League's peak viewership dropped significantly.
And so when you're not on Twitch, all of a sudden you're going to lose that click-through traffic of just people kind of who are idling or doing something else, working, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, it's like, it's not quite the same thing with YouTube. It's harder to find the channel. You're not just going to, you know, click into YouTube. I don't even know, like, I mean, there's people that stream on YouTube. I never see them. And so that's going to be a frustrating thing. It's like when Facebook was a thing, right? Facebook streaming thing. You know, numbers went off a cliff. Same thing.
Pandemic was helping
when
it?
you're not on Twitch, it's going to be, you're
Did it
choosing
get bigger during the pandemic? I doubt it.
So the meta sucked.
I feel like most
viewership
people
was in the
chose different
toilet.
games.
What else could go wrong? Well, remember how the Overwatch League was supposed to be a city-based league? By 2020, that still hadn't happened. Blizzard had plans to have teams fly internationally for home and away games, but that just seemed too ambitious for, well, everyone.
Well, according to a report from Upcomer, the London Spitfire will...
Yeah, look at this. January 6th, 2020, they're already talking about his Overwatch dying. And then YouTube signs a $160 million deal a month later.
apparently have to travel
I thought so. I knew it was already on its way out.
76,923 miles during Season 3. And according to that same report, the Boston Uprising will have to travel an estimated 71,460 miles as well.
Flying all over the world all season long is stressful. And most pros prefer the idea of just staying home all day and streaming on Twitch instead. After all, they'd probably pick up more views than the Overwatch League would on YouTube. Players began retiring ahead of the planned home and away game format, many of them moving to Valorant, Riot's newly announced tactical shooter that looked like it was angling for Overwatch's player base.
I think if anything, Overwatch was just like a stepping stone to get here where I am now, because now I just feel at home, man. I'm playing a game that's like a hybrid of like CS and Overwatch.
It's easy to say that Valorant like finally put the last nail in Overwatch's coffin.
And yeah, I've heard of that game before,
honest,
Breezy. It
Blizzard
makes the resub
itself
sashy
is
and
to blame
cynical.
for the game's downfall. When Overwatch came out in 2016, Blizzard was one of the most beloved companies in gaming. Since then, their reputation has been destroyed by scandals, baffling business decisions, and the reveal that women employees are treated horribly at the company. Balance issues and weird league format that didn't end up actually happening because of COVID.
That will do it.
a lot of people just didn't want to play Blizzard games anymore. But Blizzard wants people to remember the good old days of 2016, when they were hyped for a new Overwatch game.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
No, it's dead. It's in the ground. We buried it. It's done. It's not coming back. We canceled Overwatch 2 as well.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Whee! That's right, they announced Overwatch 2. But why? Fans asked why there even needed to be an Overwatch 2 when features are added to Overwatch 1 all the time. They thought it was a money grab, making people pay $50 to keep playing literally the same thing with an updated UI.
I mean, dude, you're dealing with the stone cold killer Violet.
Same game.
Overwatch 2 was Blizzard finally delivering the death blow to Overwatch 1. After all, why play the game when it's just a waiting room for the sequel?
Also true. Stupid idea.
COVID annihilated excitement for the game because of online play, but now the whole league was blindsided by finding out that they were playing a game that didn't even matter anymore. Not to mention the fact that Overwatch 2 was moving from 6v6 to 5v5 in an attempt to cover for Blizzard's total inability to balance the game. That meant that every franchise was going to have to cut a starting player, and pros were not happy.
Wait, you think 5v5 is the solution? How about you balance your game instead next time?
The game keeps getting delayed, and somehow they're going to be playing the next season of the Overwatch League on an unreleased version of Overwatch 2, which doesn't inspire a lot of confidence.
For me, if the game isn't ready and the community gets that initial touch and they're not happy with it...
This is baffling. I didn't know any of this.
In my opinion, really bad for the game, the esport, and potentially Blizzard.
Ultimately, it wasn't one thing that killed
Makes me
Overwatch
some Eric.
esports. It wasn't Mercy or Brigitte or Goats. It wasn't moving to YouTube or planning home and away games.
Hold on, I want to see that. How many viewers do they get on YouTube? Oh, that's not viewers, that's total views. I was going to say, that's fucking good.
To YouTube or planning home and away games.
Still pretty big.
It wasn't charging insane prices to get into a league that few ended up caring about. It wasn't Valorant or Overwatch 2 either. What killed Overwatch was Blizzard. It was an avalanche of decisions that kneecapped the game before it could really succeed and become the massive esport its fans knew it could be. But the game is still popular. Casual fans love it, and they always have. There's still a good game hiding under all of Blizzard's mistakes.
Oh, let's not get carried away.
The Overwatch League is still chugging along.
There's not a good
and
game
Blizzard
there.
is going to use Overwatch 2 as a fresh start. The question is, can anyone really trust them this time?
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this...
That was pretty interesting. That actually showed me some things I didn't know about Overwatch 2 and Overwatch. Interesting. Fuck Blizzard. Yeah, fuck Blizzard. Agreed. But the Overwatch 2, am I fucking right? So what is Overwatch 2 supposed to be then? I thought it was like they were adding a story mode. And that was like the big thing. What else? Thanks to resub Sniffy. That's it? That's actually it? New UI, new maps, and a story mode. Oh, 3 new maps. Wow, that's incredible. They've outdone themselves now. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know why they don't just cancel the project. Is there anyone, like, anywhere excited about Overwatch 2? Like, at all? I just can't even imagine it. I am. One guy just stood up. Yes, Charles. Me. They made it for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being excited for it, I guess. I don't fucking know. I think the game's trash. Blizzard's by far the most evil company in gaming, but I mean, I'm not your dad. I'm not going to come in there and slap the controller out of your hand and tell you to stop playing. I want to look up, like, current player count for Overwatch. It's got to be sub 2 million by now, right? Hey, thank you for the 5 gift subs, Billings. Let's see. Alright, Overwatch live player count. According to Active Player IO, there is 180,000 estimated concurrent players, but I think that's as of this moment. I want to know for the month. So for the last for the last 30 days, they are averaging 6.7 million concurrent players. They have been consistently losing. Well, actually, they started gaining players in July of this year. Thanks to the gift sub Fat Chocobo. Interesting. Hold on, I'll be right back though. I want to fill up my water. Give me 1 sec. Also, I need to bring Tiana a water. That's still good though. I'm back, baby. Thanks to the resub muffins. Thanks to Prime Bean, resub Shadow, and well damn. Yeah, we can watch the Summoning Salt video now. Sure. I never owned a Wii. I owned a Wii U like a fucking idiot, but I never owned a Wii. I did play some Wii Sports Resort, though. Thanks to Tier 1 Bat.
Wii Sports is the best-selling single-platform video game of all time. Chances are you've played it before.
Once or twice,
yeah. If you have, you probably think it doesn't lend itself well to speedrunning. Most games have a clear objective: go from start to finish as fast as possible. How do you do that in Wii Sports? I made a video about Wii Sports Resort Golf a while back. Imagine the precision and skill involved with speed golf multiplied by 5 sports.
Thanks for some mermaid.
Here's the story of the gamers who've done it. This is the history of Wii Sports World Records.
Let's fucking go. I'm ready to be wowed. I was kind of nutty at Wii Bowling. And by that I mean I only played that a couple times. I remember like a friend of mine's birthday party in high school. He threw a Wii Bowling birthday party.
The biggest speedrun category in Wii Sports
I went to it.
is called All Sports. It involves winning a game in each of the 5 sports consecutively. That means winning a game of tennis, winning a game of baseball, completing 10 frames of bowling, playing 3 holes of golf, and beating a boxer. You have to play them in order.
This seems easy.
There's no other option, you have to use motion controls. Now, Wii Sports came out in 2006, but serious runs didn't get started until close to a decade later. In 2014 and 2015, runs clocking in between 10 and 12 minutes were completed by Plied823, RSR, and Nate9000. But as is so often the case, videos either no longer exist or are in very poor quality.
It wasn't even that long ago. What,
We have to
2014?
go to July 2015.
It's not like
to get our
ancient
first watchable
footage.
Run. A 9:45 by the mid-2000s internet culture named Nate9000. There were 5 sports for Nate to get through. The first one was actually the simplest: tennis. Your opponents are picked based on your skill level. At level 0, you'll get Miyu and Matt, who barely know what they're doing out there.
Oh, that's a shame.
You have to get 4 points to win, so Nate tried to just end each rally as quickly as possible. By serving at the very top of your throw, you'll hit the ball harder and make it tougher for the opponent
He's
to
Prime
return
Zippy.
it. This has about a 5-frame window, or a 1/6 of a second. So, Nate did that 4 times and hoped his opponent would miss it, which is random. If they returned it, he just hit it across the court to quickly end the rally.
Nate's
It
kind
took
of
him only
nasty.
25
Jesus
seconds
Christ.
to win the game and exit back to the menu. And that's pretty much all there is to tennis in Wii Sports speedrunning. You can lose a bit of time from returns, but even those only cost a couple of seconds. However, the next sport is way more involved than the simple rallies of tennis. It was time for Nate to play some baseball.
Thanks to Tier 1 Despicable AI and resub Devin.
The most important thing to know here is that if a team's ever up by 5 or more runs after an inning, the game ends right there from the mercy rule.
Nice, good shit.
So the idea is that you want to get 5
We
runs
fuck 'em hard
as
and fuck 'em
fast as
fast.
possible in the top half of the inning, then get 3 outs in the bottom half, and have the game end after just 1 inning. Hopefully Rob Manfred's not getting any ideas. However, getting an optimal inning of baseball is way easier said than done. When batting, there was no real strategy. Just swing at good pitches and pray you get hits. Nate reached on an error, then lined one to left for a base hit. From there, he was off to the races.
Nate's going in!
A double in the gap, then a bloop to right. Some bad luck for Akira on the mound. But there was nothing lucky about the 3-run shot immediately after. That made it 5 runs for Nate, but he still needed to
Appreciate
get
that.
out
Thanks,
twice
Trotter.
more to end the inning. So, he just struck out twice on purpose.
That's
on
slow.
fastballs
That's
that make
slow.
Barry
Too
Zito
slow. I
look
can already
like
tell.
Rostar Gratterall in comparison. For pitching, you obviously want to get 3 outs without giving up any hits or runs. But there's a lot more to it than that. What you ultimately want to do is turn into Mark Burley. There's a foolish YouTuber who has a video if you want to know more about him, but essentially what it means is you want to induce weak contact for easy outs, and not strike people out. Strikeouts always take at least 3 pitches, while a ball in play for an out could be done in just 1 pitch. The problem, of course, is you have little to no control as to whether the batter will swing or not. So you have to make pitches that are good enough to not get barreled, but not so good that they just swing and miss. And of course, get super lucky. Nate wasn't
That does
so
seem kind of
fortunate.
tough.
His first batter stared at 3 straight strikes, and his second one, well, hit it there. His third batter struck out on an ephus, before he finally got out of the inning on a ground out. Not the ideal baseball split, but there were still 3 sports to go. Next up was bowling. The strategy here was a bit more straightforward.
Yeah, this seems like an easy
The more
one.
strikes you throw, the better, since strikes only involve throwing the ball once per frame instead of twice. There exist setups to get a strike nearly every time, but they're all pretty slow, so Nate just threw it as fast as he could.
Oof.
He only managed 2 strikes,
Oh,
before intentionally
Nate!
missing on frame 10 to avoid the third throw. However, his shots were all fast enough that it was still a decent split. Now, it was time for sport number 4, golf.
Golf seems like it's gonna be
There
a
are
bitch.
9 holes playable in
Extra
these
prime
sports,
Genghis.
but to count for an all sports run, all you needed to do was the 3 in beginner mode, or either of the other 3 hole options. And then, it was time to play some speed golf.
Oh my god. Really fucking blasted that one. Jesus, Nate.
You line up for each shot as quickly as you can go, then hit it and hope for the best. There's not much time to think. You just line up and go.
God damn!
There's one key difference between golf in Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. In Resort, if you hit an incredible shot, one that either lands near or in the hole from a long distance away, you'll get a replay that loses time. However, that mechanic is not present in the original Wii Sports. So, anything is game. The better shots you can make, the more time you'll save.
These are some
Nate
beautiful
tried to
shots.
take advantage of this on hole 1, but his second shot landed over the hole.
Oh god, this guy
His
sucks.
first putt was
This guy's
wide
trash.
left, so he had to take a par. Hole 2 was much of the same, with his initial shot going beyond the hole, then needing 2 more shots to get it in. And on hole 3, despite the crowd getting excited, Nate once again was unable to get under par.
Man, Nate really fucking
That
blew
made
it.
it 3 pars on 3 holes from Nate, which doesn't sound great, but keep in mind, he was against the constant pressure of needing to aim each shot as quickly as possible. And finally, the last sport.
This one's
is
gotta be
boxing.
easiest, right?
You want to ensure your Mii is ranked low to get an easy opponent, like Marco, then just go ham on him until they're down.
Yeah, Marco's definitely a
Hope they
registered
stay
sex
down.
offender. Yeah, beat him up, Nate.
If you punch in a rhythm, aiming for a nice 15 frame window on each punch, you'll be landing critical hits that do more damage. If all goes well, you'll be able to avoid getting punched at all and knock your opponent down quickly. Hopefully they'll stay down and won't get up. It's not known exactly what causes them to stay down, but it seems to be a combination of knocking them down quickly, not getting hit yourself, and some luck. And that's exactly what happened to Nate. This was the first ever sub 10-minute run of Wii Sports.
Well, piece of history. Good
There were
work,
some
Nate.
highlights, like a very smooth boxing match and the fast start he had to baseball. But of course, the large number of strikeouts and overall slow bowling and golf sections meant there was some big room for improvement. Nate knew this, and just 2 weeks later, he lowered it another 19 seconds.
Damn, Nate.
His golfing was particularly
Lost 40
improved
pounds
as well,
going for this world record,
getting
I bet.
3 birdies instead of 3 pars, and not missing putts, which made up most of the time save. So, 9:26 was the new time to beat, and it would stand for over 2 years. It wasn't a particularly optimized record or anything. It was just one of those dry spells that speed games sometimes go through. But in June 2017, the Wii Series Discord server was created, which helped spark more popularity in running the game.
That's cute.
In August, a player named Mr. Jimmy Steele 25 joined, and within hours, said he had beaten Nate's record with a 9:16.
Oh, Jimmy Steele.
We'll get to this run in a moment, but there's something else important to discuss. When Jimmy started up his game of baseball, this cutscene played first. Now, most of you who have played Wii Sports before are probably familiar with it, but I guarantee there's a small subset of you who, despite having played the game before, have never seen this cutscene.
I've never seen it.
And there's a reason for that.
Thanks to resub one big gulp
when
and
Wii
Jazzy.
Sports was released in 2006, it was bundled with every Wii console sold. Europe, Japan, and most other regions of the world had the same version of the game. However, for a few months after its release, the version of Wii Sports that was sold in North America was actually an early version of the game.
What?
The community calls it 1.00.
Is it
and
tier
it
1?
omits certain features
Nalista?
present in
The resub Andrew.
1.01, the version sold everywhere
Resub
else
Jake
in the world.
Caller.
The two most important features are both in baseball. First, the cutscene you just saw, which wastes about 5 seconds and can't be skipped, isn't present in 1.00. And second, whenever someone grounds out, an animation plays in 1.01 of them throwing the first, which wastes about 0.7 seconds. This animation doesn't play in 1.00. That means that for a typical all-sports run, playing on the early version of the game is hugely advantageous, as it'll save you close to 10 seconds over playing on 1.01.
Get fucked,
now,
idiots.
When Wii Sports was re-released in North America in July 2007 to promote the new remote jacket,
Thanks to tier 1 true
they
generic
updated it to 1.01
true generic
to
gamer.
match the rest of the world. The cutscene and the animations were added back in. So, this optimal speedrun version of the game can only be found on North American copies made within the first 9 months of its release. Any copy from the next 10 years is of the slower, updated version. That means that even though Wii Sports is one of the best-selling games of all time, this early version is quite rare. It's estimated that only about 1 in every 20 copies of the game is 1.00, or 1 in every 10 North American copies. There's an easy way to check if your copy is 1.00. If it's a North American copy and the title screen says 2006, then it's 1.00. If it says 2006-2007 and the Wii Remote
red
has a jacket
flag
on it, then it's not the early version. Since Jimmy was playing on 1.01, he lost some pretty significant time in baseball from version differences alone. However, he had a smart strategy to use while batting. Once he got his 5 runs,
thank you for the 10 gift
instead
subs,
of striking
generic
out
gamer.
on purpose,
Thank
he
you.
bunted for a quick ground out.
Really appreciate that.
This took far fewer pitches than strikeouts, but it's tough to perfectly angle your bat to bunt the ball where you want it to go. On the pitching side, Jimmy was nearly perfect. A strike, then a ground out to short, a ground out to first, then a soft comebacker. A 4-pitch inning. The rest of his run was up and down, getting 2 strikes in bowling and a birdie in golf. Next up was Nicro, who set a 9.15 just days after Jimmy's 9.16. He has a pretty big internet presence nowadays, but back then he had just a few hundred followers. Now, Nicro's world record run was solid and all, particularly in golf where he got all 3 birdies. However, the highlight of the run was his batting. He had 1 run in, but 2 outs. He still needed 4 more runs. And with a ground ball hit at the second baseman, it wasn't looking good.
Oh, miracle.
Then,
Drop that yes. Oh my god.
3 errors. The odds in that happening were 1 in 1,000.
That's not bad.
Nicro's
Those are good odds.
9.15 would stand for a few months, before being beaten by Alaska XP2
Woo!
in January 2018. Alaska had an interesting skill set. He was particularly good at bowling.
He was a professional tennis player.
In bowling, he managed to hit 7 strikes without carefully lining up. And in golf, he had more experience than most thanks to his golf runs in Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort.
Oh, a veteran.
He managed birdies on holes 1 and 2. And thanks to a beautiful second shot on hole 3, he got an eagle there. However, Alaska struggled mightily with boxing, losing 9 seconds from mistimed critical hits.
Who's he fighting? One of the Trailer Park Boys? Just beat his
enough
ass.
For a 904.
Oh.
6 months later, Nicro would come back to snag another record, 901. Once again, it was an up and down run. His baseball was quite fast, with 5 quick runs while batting and no base runners while pitching. However, his 1 strike in bowling paled in comparison, and let's just say his golf hole 1 wasn't ideal. The run had good moments, and it had bad moments.
Seems like there's
We've
so
seen
much
a
forgiveness
handful of
on this
records at
speed
this
run.
point, and you can
They're
probably
fucking sucking
tell that
ass.
this up and down nature was typical for Wii Sports. Outside of tennis, any of the other 4 sports can cause massive time swings. In baseball, you've got to deal with batting and pitching. Both are extremely random and can literally cause minutes of time loss. With bowling, a good game versus a bad one costs up to 30 seconds. In golf, each missed shot can cost 10 seconds, and across 3 holes, that really adds up. And in boxing, missing critical hits can lose a dozen seconds or more. This game wasn't like your traditional speedrun, where you can optimize it and eventually grind down every split. No, the time swings in Wii Sports were different. They were more random and far harder to control. The record was 901, and with everything
Current
listed
record's
before
4
going
minutes
in the
or
right
something crazy, I
direction,
bet.
it could potentially go way lower, into the 8s or further. But the odds in having all those time swings go your way? It just wasn't realistic. Well, unless Alaska had anything to say about it.
Oh, he's doing it! He's jacking into the mainframe!
In the second half of 2018, Alaska would embark on a push to take the all-sports record into the 8-minute range and beyond. He certainly had the credentials to get it there, but the issues of before still remained. Getting all 5 sports to line up properly was just too difficult. He was gonna need some help. And over the next few months, that's exactly what he got. One new strategy he used was expanding the scope of bunting. Players had been bunting for a quick out for months, but if you very carefully angle your Wii Remote slightly more forward, you could potentially bunt for singles as well.
Is that helpful?
The margin between bunting for a hit and bunting for an out was razor thin, but with a lot of practice, you can fairly reliably bunt it to third for a hit.
Why not just get home runs?
Alaska could theoretically bunt 4 times.
Just get
to
stronger.
load bases and score a run, then hit a grand
Yeah,
slam,
just hit dingers.
Then
Oh, there we
bunt
go.
3 more times for outs. It could still go wrong, but there was potential for a really fast batting
Need
split.
base runners. Yeah, I guess it makes sense if
Now
you're trying to fill
for
the
bowling.
bases.
The
I figured it'd
days
still be
of games
faster
with
just to
2 or
just do
3 strikes had
home
to
run,
be
home run, home run,
fast.
home run, home run.
Alaska was going to shoot for more like 6 or 7 strikes in a good game. The record at the time, Nicro's 901, had only 1 strike. Alaska could easily save 20 seconds over that. He was already quite good at bowling strikes, but with more experience, he could save the time more reliably. In golf, Alaska began using an impressive looking strategy to save a few seconds. The driver chip. Similar to a trick used in Wii Sports Resort, the flag on the green acts as a wall if your golf ball hits it. If you're able to use a driver and hit your ball into it, it can fall straight down and enter the hole.
That's pretty cool.
Saving time over having to slowly put it in or get it closer to the hole. Now, the driver chip may seem super precise, but there's actually a setup on hole 2 to get it nearly every time. By hitting your first shot into the bunker, you can then line up with the flag and pull out your driver. By swinging as hard as you can, the game will automatically hook the ball to the right at just the correct angle and speed to hit the flag.
That's pretty cool. I like that
and
strat.
Finally, there was boxing. This was the sport that Alaska struggled with the most. There wasn't any particular new strategy he had to use here.
Why is he so bad at
He
this?
just had to improve at it. Get better at
Just,
timing
yeah,
criticals,
yeah,
avoid getting punched
yeah.
himself, and ensure that his opponent
He never took
had
after-school
no real
taekwondo
chance of
class, and
getting
it
up.
shows.
Over time, he did get better, but it was still a battle. With all this, a sub 9-minute run was definitely possible. But was a sub 8 realistic too? It would take a miracle run, but it could be done. Alaska quickly began seeing results. He got an 8:43 on July 22nd, and then an 8:30 on August 15th. His bowling and pitching were great, but his batting was far from perfect, and he missed a putt on hole 1.
Oh!
There was still a long way to go.
He's a prime
and
papa.
Then came September 29th.
A day we'll always remember in Wii Sports speedrunning. Oh, he's doing it! Beat up the substitute teacher, get him! Yes? Fucking get in there! Makes a prime jack. Oof. That was Nintendo. Reggie himself took control of the character. He's like, nah, fuck you, Alaska. Suck my dick.
Oh my god.
After all that, still a record by 4 seconds.
Hey, the prime bites in the
What
recent
happened?
Dinkelberg.
Well, it was the God run up until boxing. His batting was near perfect, with 4 bunt singles, a grand slam, and 3 bunt outs. His pitching was solid, with 2 strikeouts and a 1 pitch out. He hit 4 strikes while bowling, and in golf, got a birdie, a driver chip birdie, and an eagle. It was sub 8 pace.
Thanks for your sub unknown and
but
fire.
he just couldn't hit criticals, which led to a slow knockdown and his opponent getting up.
He's a prime beast.
But Alaska wasn't done yet.
Yeah, just
There
learn to
wasn't
box.
proof
Just
to
take
prove
real world
wrong.
boxing
But
classes.
he
I don't
had
know what to
about
tell you.
half a minute he could save on boxing alone. This sub 8 grind had to continue. He had come close once. He just had to do it again.
Let's go. Oh my god. Yes.
There we go. He's cruising.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, good putt. Wow. Okay.
Oh my god. Please. Dude. Don't fucking
Spin on him. Spin on him. Just spin on him.
Oh my god.
Bribe him to stay down.
Yes! Oh my god!
Nice.
Oh my god, I've done it! I've fucking done it! Oh my god, dude!
A legendary run. Alaska's sub 8 dream had finally come true. It was beautiful from start to finish. A 6-pitch inning while pitching, 6 strikes in bowling, 3 birdies in golf, and finally, a boxing
Thanks
where
for
his
sub,
opponent
Luca.
stayed down. It all added up to a 754, the first sub 8 in the history of Wii Sports. This run firmly cemented Alaska at the top. Nobody was really close to him. Second
Until
place was
now.
more than 30 seconds behind.
T-Pain found the game and just fucking
754
blasted him.
Continued to stay on top. People got a little closer, but there wasn't much new to use.
Thanks for tier 1,
They had to replicate what Alaska did and find somewhere to save time. After 18 months of this, it was clear. There was only one person up to the task of beating Alaska, and that person was Alaska.
That's cute.
Come on! Let's go!
He really loves
In
Wii
May
Sports.
2020, Alaska beat his own record by 8 seconds. Most of the time save came while batting. He avoided a missed bunt that he had in his old record. Other than that, it was nearly identical. A 6-pitch inning, 6 strikes, and 3 birdies. He had found a way to just eke out the time he needed. Many more months passed, and his 746 remained alone at the top. At this point, he had held the record for about 2.5 years. That's significant for a popular game like Wii Sports. By early 2021, he finally had some close competition.
Oh, who was it?
2 players had achieved sub-8s of their own.
Thanks to the bits
One
Mango
was
and
Sphere
Zombie.
Cube, and the other was Paul in the Mall. Sphere Cube's personal best was 748, just 2 seconds behind Alaska. But on February 16th, he had a run within striking distance of the record going into golf. And on hole 1, he did this.
Oh!
It saved about 6 seconds. Hole 2 had a driver chip, and he finished on hole 3 with an eagle.
Wow!
In all, he saved 15 seconds over Alaska on golf alone. It was enough to edge him out with a 743, making it the first time someone had dethroned Alaska in nearly 3 years.
Damn, Sphere
And the
Cube!
best part about it, he did it while playing on 1.0.
Oh, you fucking idiot. You make me sick.
I mentioned before how much rarer 1.00 is, and despite being a
Oh
top
my
runner of the
God.
game, Sphere Cube was unable to acquire a copy of it. He lost about 10 seconds in baseball for a
Oh, what a
and still
shame.
was able to beat Alaska. He was pretty good. About a month later, Paul in the Mall was making strides for the record.
Yeah, someone
He got a
send my
sub
man a
but
1.0.
took a break from running the game around the time Sphere Cube got the record. He came back a month and a half later and got a 737, a record by 6 seconds.
Damn, Paul.
Paul played on 1.00, so he saved quite a bit of time in baseball over Sphere
Here's
Cube.
Brian Garfield.
But immediately after this record was set, controversy arose.
Oh, he cheated. Oh my god, he's using performance enhancers.
Once you finish hole 3 of
He's
golf,
actually roided.
the fastest way to move on to boxing is to reset to the menu. For years, the rule was that once the golf ball hit the bottom of the hole, you could perform the reset. However, in July 2020, runner Emoad Nomad hit this unbelievable shot. The ball hit the bottom, so he reset to the menu.
Oh, loophole.
However, you can see that when he reset, the ball was in the process of bouncing back up. On chip-ins like this, it's actually possible that the ball hits the bottom, bounces up, and lands outside the hole, meaning you need
Thanks to
another
Resub
shot.
Arbiter.
So,
Oh!
the community came up with a rule
They
that
did
whenever there
100
was a
gift subs,
chip-in,
Maki.
you have to wait until
Holy
the
fuck.
phrase chip-in appears on the screen to reset.
Jesus
It
Christ,
seemed like a
Maki.
logical rule.
Thank you.
However,
God damn.
in Paul's 737,
Hope you're having a
his
good
hole
weekend.
3 ended like this. He reset right away, but since the ball hit off the pole, it technically would have been a chip-in, and he didn't wait for the text to appear.
Oh,
But
don't.
then again,
Don't do this.
There wasn't any chance this ball would have
There's a
bounced
Prime
out.
Mr. Cow. Really appreciate it,
rolled
Maki.
in rather than falling in off the pole or flag,
Thank you.
despite technically
Sorry.
being a chip-in. The community was split on how to rule this run, but ultimately, it was allowed to stay on the leaderboard. The rule was changed so that as long as the ball rolled in the hole, even if it was a chip-in, you could reset once it hit the bottom. And so, Paul's 737 was the official world record.
Nice, let's go, Paul!
Just like the dozens of records that came before it, the 737 was great, but in a matter of days, it was going to be obsolete. Because this story is going to take a bit of a turn. Every so often, a speed game gets a new strategy that transforms the run. There's cannonless setup in Mario 64, the scroll glitch in Castlevania, the flagpole glitch setup in Super Mario Bros.
Thanks to the bits,
When
Bob.
you think of those speedruns, those tricks seem intertwined with them. Up to this point,
game
Wii
changers.
Sports didn't really have a trick.
Jesus
like that.
Christ! Holy fuck!
There were unique strategies to use.
Oh my God,
but no
Maki.
mind-blowing, iconic tricks.
Thank you.
Well,
God damn.
that was about to change.
Maki's going
Because in
off. Thank
early
you.
2021, Wii Sports' game-defining trick was going to be discovered.
Thank you for another fat one,
to
Maki.
the wonderful world of disconnect strats.
Oh my.
This bizarre-looking trick has a treasured past. For years, players had noticed an odd glitch that sometimes occurred. If your remote disconnected in golf, you could sometimes hit the ball twice, but you couldn't hit it far and it couldn't be easily replicated, so nobody was too interested.
That's kind of cute.
From 2018
Thank
to
you so much,
2020,
Maki.
this glitch happened to several players, including Simple Strat 17 and even world record holder Alaska XP2, but it remained just a curiosity. In early 2021, Plaid decided to investigate it a bit more, to figure out exactly how it worked. And what he found shocked the community.
He's a prime
If
lucky
you
road
hit
and
the
resub
ball,
Canimal.
then disconnect your remote by taking the batteries out, you can put the batteries back in and swing a second time. The catch is that the sum of these two shots can't add up to more than 4 bars of hit power, so you can't hit it further than a normal swing. However, if your second shot happens after hitting water, the ball will stop on a dime after a quick transition and you'll be placed wherever it is, including potentially on top of the water. This saves time in a couple of ways. On a hole like hole 5, you're supposed
Well, this
to
is
take a
interesting.
curved path around to the green, but with disconnect strats, you can go straight to the hole across the water and take a more direct path. And second, your ball completely stops once the transition occurs, so if your timing's good, you can hit the ball into the water, quickly hit it a second time, and avoid the time the ball would normally take to stop rolling from even just one shot. The River P, Wipeout Jack, and Nomad found fast routes for the intermediate holes, so that was the new course to use. On hole 5, you can save about 7 seconds by going straight across the
What a
water.
cool strat!
And on hole 6, you can save about 4 from using the transition to stop right where you want. That meant that, in theory, 11 seconds could be saved. Wii Sports runs suddenly had potential to get quite a bit lower, as not only could extra time be saved,
Oh, I
but
imagine you
golf
can do
could
it
be
on
more
bowling.
consistent as well.
Can you bowl twice?
The first player to use disconnect strats in a record
Yo,
was
yep,
Shockwave
yep.
TLS,
I bet
who
you
lowered
can.
the time down to 7:35.
Thank you for the
As
5
you'd
gift subs,
expect,
Mango, and the
he
5
gained
real
time on
steel.
golf,
Thank you.
Despite his initial disconnect
Appreciate the
shot on
back-to-back
hole
gift
5
subs.
being mistimed. It helped when he hit this shot on hole 4.
Ooh! Big Stinky, nice.
However, Shockwave is from the UK.
Oh, God.
And he wasn't able to import a copy of 1.00 from overseas, so he lost time in baseball. Next up was Sphere Cube again, who lowered the record 9 days later with a 7:32. He had switched to 1.00, so he saved the time in baseball.
Thanks for
But
resub,
he
Tim.
didn't use disconnect strats. Yeah, especially in the early days of disconnect strats, even some top level runners found it too difficult to go for, since it wasn't technically needed for the record. About a month later, Shockwave took it a couple seconds lower. But still, he was playing on 1.01. A few months after that, Sphere Cube took it back. while still not using disconnect strats.
Well, Puritan!
Nobody was willing to string it all together. But in the summer of 2021, Shockwave would finally get a copy of 1.00. A top runner now had all 3 pieces of the puzzle. 1.00, a willingness to do disconnect strats, and a lot of skill. They all combined for a 728, a new record just 1 day after Sphere Cube 730.
Not bad, not bad.
This world record really had a lot going into it. You've got bunting for outs, bunting for hits, aiming for strikes.
But I imagine you can use the disconnect strat in the other sports, right?
More. Shockwave implemented
There's still a bit of time. I
all of
bet they do.
And the end result was a 728. Was there any time save left? Well, there were seconds here and there. His batting was near perfect, but while pitching, he accidentally threw an immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, which we know from before are slow. There was room to save about 15 seconds there. His bowling was perfect.
His primary score.
9 strikes, so no time to save there. For golf, he missed a putt on hole 6, and his boxing could have been a bit better too. So, sub 7 was definitely possible. But the problems of before still
Does it give sub halls?
It required perfection from all 5 sports, and that just wasn't realistic. But that didn't mean people couldn't try.
Makes resub hook.
By September, another contender showed up to play.
Hey, Nomad again.
Nomad.
Nomad, welcome
back.
back.
The next few months, these guys were going to engage in a battle, both against each other and against the sub 7 barrier.
And the universe itself.
Shockwave would strike first, with a massive 7-second cut of the record. He had time to save on pitching and on hole 6, so he gained 12 collective seconds there, but lost a few seconds while batting thanks to a foul ball. A few weeks later, he'd take it down to 7:18, and Nomad was right behind him with a 7:21. Nomad would then have a run a few seconds ahead of the record, but needed a miracle shot on hole 4 to keep it going.
Oh,
Back
blew
to
it.
the drawing board. On October 11th, Shockwave got a 7:16. Nomad followed up shortly after with a 7:17, a run that came just 24 hours too late to be a record. On the 15th, Shockwave had a run that lost time early to batting, but had an extraordinarily fast 5-pitch inning to bring it back to even. That showed how much potential there still was to squeeze out of the record. It finished as a world record of 7:15, but could have been several seconds lower had he not been forced to foul off an inside pitch. Okay, so one thing was starting to become clear. This wasn't much of a competition. The battle between Shockwave and Nomad was a blowout. Shockwave had set the past 7 records in a row. Nomad hadn't set any. He remained in second place the entire time.
No.
Sometimes even with
Man's gonna end up like a bronze kneecap.
But never overtook him. This was starting to become personal. Nomad had to prove that he was still capable of taking the record.
Exit tier 1 seething.
He kept doing attempts. And on October 16th, Nomad was gonna have his chance. He was 3 seconds ahead of his personal best going into boxing, but he had time to save there. He could theoretically get as low as a 7:10, 5 seconds of wiggle room over the record. He just had to lock it down.
Oh yeah, beat his ass! Woo! Oh, he missed. Oh no.
Shockwave's record was 7:15.433. Nomad's final time, 7:15.733.
Oh.
He had missed by less than a third of a second.
Oh, Nomad.
Nomad could keep going. It's not like he was far off from the record. His next personal best would almost certainly be it. And sure enough, The very next day, he got himself a 7:14. It was a new world record.
Nice, he did
Had
it!
not been for Shockwave
Woo!
getting this
Oh no.
just hours before.
No!
An unbelievable record from Shockwave. It had just about everything. Nearly perfect batting, 4-pitch inning, great disconnect strats. It just missed sub 7 because of a missed shot on hole 4. Nomad kept trying, but at this point, Shockwave was way in the lead. It was going to be really tough, but he wasn't giving up. He kept chipping away at his time, and by November, he had gotten within a stone's throw of the record.
Here we go.
A commonly
Look at the
used
prime.
metric to determine a
Cintio
runner's pace
and
is
Falcons.
best possible time. It can be measured from any point in the run. If the runner matched all of their best splits from a certain spot in the run to the end, it measures what time they would get. On November 12th, 2021, Nomad exited baseball at 3:14. It was one of the fastest paces he had ever been on. And his best possible time from there was 6:44.
Oh boy.
This was a golden opportunity.
Oh mama.
He entered bowling and started throwing strike
Oh.
after strike.
He's huffing
5 in a
dingers
row,
down there.
Then 6,
Oh,
7,
oh.
8, and 9.
Hi, whew.
It was a perfect game on one of his
Can't wait
best
for the
paces
choke.
ever. He did lose a little time in
Oh,
frame 10
God.
from slow falling pins, but according to his splits, Nomad's best possible time was still 6:48. But one of the biggest run killers was coming up in hole 4.
Choke inbound.
It's hard to get a birdie on this hole, as winds can throw everything off and make life harder. Nomad was going to try to land in the bunker, then driver chip for a birdie. Now, more than ever, this had to work.
Whoa.
It was beautiful.
Pretty good.
He didn't get a hole in one, so he couldn't get in the 640s anymore, but his best possible time was still 6:54. This was doable. 3 splits to go.
For anyone but
he
Nomad,
had to get through
professional
hole 5
choke
with
artist.
2 disconnect shots.
Ah.
Shot 1 went well, but on shot 2, he landed far from the hole. It was tough, but Nomad had to sink this putt.
He needs it.
He had missed enough world records.
Thanks again, Sub-Seething.
This shot had to be the
Resub Sean.
difference between all his past runs and a sub 7.
Power up. Come on, Nomad. Nomad retired.
Players like Emoad Nomad are often overlooked in speedrunning. Shockwave is an incredible player, as evidenced by his nearly endless list of world records. But Nomad's skill is right up there with him. People often focus on the world records, but really the path to getting there is what's important.
No, the world
Nomad
record's
has
important.
had a lot of near misses.
Thank you for the Jesus
but
Christ.
he's
Thank you for the
going to
20,
break
Maki.
through. His sub 7 dream might not be done
Thank
yet.
you, Maki.
But the journey it took him to get there is what'll make it feel so great. And really, that's what speedrunning's all about.
Nah, it's all about the
Thanks
world
for watching.
record and the fucking pussy.
If you enjoyed the
When you
video,
get a world record,
I'd
you
really
get
appreciate
laid
you sharing it with
20
other
times
people and
in
hitting
a
the subscribe
day.
button. Thank you.
That was good. I fucking love summoning salt. Fucking Wii Sports World Records. That was good. Iron Wrath Pizza Burger. And why indie games are better. I've already seen the Hikiko Komori thing. Is this just your video, man? I can't tell from your name here. Either way, though, it's not exactly a topic I'm super interested in. AAA, I wouldn't necessarily say there's a downfall of AAA games. There's still good AAA games. There's just also a lot of indie games that are good. Iron Wrath Pizza Burger. What am I looking for? This one from the YouTube Asshole Cooking Show. Have we already seen this?
Greetings, guys, it's the show. It's the show, the show, the show. Another episode of the Asshole Cooking Show. It is the show.
Thanks, Reesum Crocodile.
Today we're going to do, this is going to be like similar to the pizza burger you used to have in the school lunches back when you were in school.
Never had
This
that.
is what this ended up tasting like when I actually made this like another day. I didn't record it, but it turned out pretty successful. I just should have recorded and I would have, excuse me, I would have already had the episode, but we're going to do this. We're going to start cooking up this ground meat. We're going to drain the grease out afterwards, and that's going to be very
Thanks,
important.
Prime Salad.
The grease out, but right now we're going to do, while that's cooking, we're going to prepare the ingredients here. We're going to cut up this, well,
Thanks, Prime Ashu.
we can slice the cheese when it's about ready, but I'm going to
Oh,
slice
of course,
it
Zach.
prepared like now.
Thanks for Give Sub Anchor.
Too long, and I'm going to take care of these corn biscuits. We're going to use the corn biscuits instead of cornflake crumbs, but if you have cornflakes...
Alright, let's move it along. Oh, wow.
Oh, my. He's really good. I'm going to just... I like this kind of stuff. You know why? Because when you pulverize it, it squashes way better than... That's why I made a meatloaf with this. I'm gonna
This is that shit in Chex
There's another
Mix.
way I want to do meatloaf, and I'm going to use this too. I like this a lot because instead of, you know, cornflakes or cornflake crumbs, this squeezes up and smushes very good. All you got to do is... This is the fun part. I mean, when you go into something like this, I mean, if you're not having some fun, even if you screw it up a little bit, you're not really cooking if you're not having fun.
Cooking's just
You can
not
always
fun,
work
don't
out the,
lie. I just want to eat.
Problems later and learn from your mistakes later. But you're not just going to be an asshole about it and have fun. It's not worth it. You got to enjoy yourself. So, yeah, the fun stuff you used to just...
Start punching it, it'll be more efficient.
This is going to be mixed with the meat after you drain it. You know, we're going to cook this and we're going to get all this meat out of here. While I'm waiting for this meat to cook to drain, we're just preparing this meat.
Right, let's see what we end up with.
Bake it. Soften it. Go ahead. It's just a little bit. I actually will put a line or two. Really, I'm guessing take 15 minutes or so if, say, you use something, fire it up out of here. How you?
This is interesting.
It does. Damn it! It's really going to be like in a...
How is this a
slab.
pizza burger?
But like when you're hungry and you're anxious to eat, you know, it's going to be like this. But still good. And if you want to put it in a bun or in bread like Sloppy Joe, that's what I'm saying too. Or like the pizza burger you have in school, put it on top of...
What the fuck is it?
bread.
I have to. Alright, I'm looking up a pizza burger. I've never heard of a pizza burger. Oh, these? They call them pizza burgers? I've never heard someone call it a pizza burger. Yeah, pizza bagel. I know that. It's not really like a pizza burger. I thought so, Herbie. I see where you're coming from. You know Andrew's the one that makes those, Bob. I watch those. Like Andrew, you know, he's been on stream a lot here. We've done videos a lot for a long time. Andrew's the one that makes how it's actually made. Thanks to the resub Venom. Thanks to the gift sub Anchor. Yeah, Andrew is Hugbees. Wait, that many people didn't know that? Holy shit. That's fucking crazy. Man trapped inside a store after serial thieving spree. I'm pretty sure we've watched that. I've watched all of those robbers getting stuck in their stores, so let me see. Yep, seen it. Went down that whole rabbit hole. Luckiest unlucky man to ever live. This?
Meet Frane Selak, an elderly music teacher from Croatia, and depending on how you look at it, either the world's unluckiest or the world's luckiest person to ever live. His unbelievable yet true story begins on a cold winter's day in 1962. Traveling from Sarajevo to Dubrovnik, a fault with the line caused his train to jump the track and plunge into the freezing river below.
Hey, fuck
While
yeah.
other passengers were killed in the crash or drowned in the sinking wreckage, suffering a broken arm,
We've
Frane
seen this
managed to
story.
escape and swim
I
to
couldn't
shore.
tell you. It doesn't ring any bells.
Little did Frane know at the time, but this incident marked the beginning of a series of bizarre events that would occur over the next 40 years of his life. The following year, while traveling aboard a small plane bound for Rijeka, disaster struck for a second time. Mid-flight, both engines stopped.
He needs to just stop
cabin
taking
pressure
public
dropped,
transportation.
And the plane began losing altitude. You might have thought that this was probably the worst thing that could have happened, but you'd be wrong. While the plane plummeted towards the ground, a malfunctioning door blew off, and poor Frane was sucked out of the aircraft.
What?
Tumbling through the air without a parachute,
Wait, you
Frane
fucking
must have
serious?
thought he was a goner.
Wait, that's amazing.
But while the plane crashed into the side of a hill, killing all 19 on board, Frane somehow managed to land in a haystack and survived with only minor...
This is absolutely not true. No fucking way. Oh, Frane. That was Frank. He's still alive, too. The next year, during his first and only plane ride, he was blown out of a malfunctioning plane door and landed in a haystack. Well, what plane crash was this? Every plane crash is very well reported on. Which one was this? God damn, Maki. Another fat 20, thank you. Thanks to the resub, Ed Boy. Thank you, Maki. This could all very well be a lie. What plane crash was this? Every single plane crash like ever on a commercial airliner is reported. For obvious reasons. It was 1966. It doesn't change anything. Reference. I see these references. I can't read this. Supruga Lodos. Oh, actually, can I translate? Let me see. Forgot we have that technology now. Well, that didn't work. It's also a lifestyle magazine, it seems. Source number 6. Oh, here we go. Well, that didn't work. Okay, which one? I'm assuming it was in Croatia. Well, that didn't work. Wow, there was a lot of plane crashes in 1963. Holy shit. Okay, I'll just assume that one might be true. That's a lot of plane crashes.
minor injuries. Another 2 years went by before Frane's next brush with death. This time while traveling by bus, Ice on the road.
Stop
caused the wheels
traveling,
to
Frayne.
lock up, and the vehicle skidded through the safety guard and into the valley below. 4 passengers were killed, but not Frayne. Tired, or perhaps terrified, of public transport, Frayne began to travel mostly by car.
Good call.
But that didn't seem to help either.
Should have done
In
skateboard,
1970,
maybe.
his car engine burst into flames, but Frayne was able to jump free before it exploded. Then, 3 years later, in 1973, the fuel pump in his new car ruptured, causing another engine fire. But this time, the flames were blown straight at him through the air vents. Needless to say, he survived this too, albeit with less hair than he began with. In 1995, he survived being hit by a bus. And in 1996,
This guy's awesome.
a careless truck driver forced him off the side of a mountain road. His car plunged 300 feet and exploded in a ball of flames. But Frayne wasn't in it. Having somehow jumped out of the window, he was found clinging to a tree some way down the cliff face.
Frayne is like a fucking perfect stunt man. He's mastered the art of diving out of exploding vehicles. Thank you. Oh, goddamn. Thank you for the 10 gift subs again, Maki. And the tier 1 Anchor and the resub Mega Rooney, Anuna, 21 Savage, and Prime Zazfo.
Now, Frayne's story may have ended there, as since then, Frayne hasn't been involved in any other death-defying incidents. However, there is one last
He's a
twist
prime
to this
shifty.
man's incredible story. In 2003, at the age of 72, Frayne bought a lottery ticket, his first one in over 40 years. He won the jackpot, safely securing his place as the luckiest unlucky person to ever live.
That's good. The universe gave him a little something. He won $1.1 million. Wow. Fucking cool story, I guess. Good for you, Frayne. That's pretty incredible. Man went for the full luck build. Yeah, except it malfunctioned. It was always in like the worst situations that his luck would kick in. If he went for the full luck build, he would have never been in any of these situations. Thanks, a recent vibe. The prime Uber driver. It was a late game build. True. That was interesting. It's all a lie. He paid a journalist to write a fake story. That's what I was kind of thinking. It sounds pretty fake, but who knows? It's hard to prove one way or the other. That plane crash is apparently in the database. One of them had 19 out of 20. And I think the bus and train would also be reported as well. But he also just couldn't... He also may have just not been on there. I gotta take another shit. I will be right back. Give me 1 sec.
You've come. Friends, the door of fate shall open. I've been waiting for you, friends.
Alright, I'm fucking back. Thanks to resub Salt. And thank you for the raid, Plague. Oh god, sorry. I was taking a shit. Unlucky. Hope you had a good stream. I don't know about that, Wobble. I appreciate it, Plague. I did wash my hands. Of course I did. There's a good sub, TJ. Man wins lottery on... didn't we see this? What was it? It was after reenacting, right? Hold on. Is that right? Thanks to tier 1 Jarthus. What was the story? It wasn't. Okay. Yeah, we saw this, right? It's this one.
That scratch driver was crushed in an accident. 12 months to treat it. He slipped into a car.
I mightn't survive this.
Thanks for
I'm
your
only
sub, Alfonso.
37, and at 37, I've got so much to look forward to.
He didn't know it, but that included an engagement, a new job, the new car, and even more good luck when we asked Bill to reenact buying his scratchy ticket.
I just won 250,000. I'm not joking. I just won 250,000. Oh, please don't kill me.
You have too. Congratulations, Bill. How are you? Fantastic. Look.
That's so sweet.
I think I'll have another heart attack.
Bill had told the agency owners he'd keep buying scratchies until he won the cash.
Can you believe this man's luck? No. I'm in shock. I'm still shaking.
For a man who last year lived in a caravan, the sudden windfall inspired dreams he wanted to share with his fiancée.
I won 250,000, honey.
No.
I have.
Yeah, I've seen this before, but it's been a
I
while.
got that new house.
But Lisa...
That's cute. There's resub Gibomatic. Encountering a ghost in a haunted mine. Oh my. This might be a little too scary for me. Oh my god, it's this fucking thing. This is boring. Give me something crazy. Not even a real ghost. There's resub Deadliest. Man turns house into cat playland.
The cats make the house feel alive.
Thanks to the Bits Chromatics.
When we bought this house in 1988,
Never even heard of that
it came
before,
with two
Chromatics.
outdoor, like,
Thanks to
feral
resub Tyroli.
cats. And then one of them was hit by a car, and then the second one was hit by a car and had to go to the vet for quite a bit of reconstructive surgery. So we made her an indoor cat, and then to get her company, because the other one had been killed, we went to the shelter and adopted a couple cats, and that's just started down the road.
You've watched this like 3 times?
Nutter, butter,
Yeah, I can assure you I haven't.
cookie, poppy seed, kuro, nui, secret, wasabi, coffee bean, donut. So they're all rescues. We adopt them from shelters as far south as San Diego and as far north as San Francisco.
We start getting kittens every year. Over time, we are getting more and more. And then when we realize
How adorable.
there's so many cats.
More of a
After
dog
some
guy,
point, there's,
but
like,
this is
no
still
turning
cute.
back. It's like, this is their house, and
Thanks,
we're
Mr.
living here
Francis.
with them.
All the rooms are connected. At night, sometimes at 2 or 3 in the morning, they'll start chasing each other on the catwalks, and they can go really fast, and it's pretty loud. It does wake us sometimes. Catwalks, I think the first one I built in 1995 actually was this one. For the walk, just the walks, I've probably...
Nice. Luxury dog house tours. That I think we've seen. Thanks to the 5 gift subs. Rage. What's the biggest raid you've ever gotten? I don't know. I'm not sure. You watching Arcane? I already finished it. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. $58 million balloon dog. What does that mean? Why does Jeff Koons balloon dog cost $58 million? So it's just a piece of modern art. These are pretty good explanations. Thank you, Prime Magic Man. The resub Hazel. It's like an old television intro. Nice. Moist meter the poop. No, I won't do that. Should I watch Arcane if I don't know anything about League? Yeah. I would say so. It doesn't have like any League only things. Tiana doesn't play League or know anything about it, and she really liked it. Thank you for the god damn Maki. Thank you for the 20 gift subs. You're going fucking nuts tonight. Thank you, Maki. There's really nothing in common with Arcane and League other than some of the characters from the game being in the show. Everything else is pretty original to Arcane. Thanks to the Prime Mimic. Thanks to the resub Dog Knight and the Prime Dabs. Thanks to give Law what? The Prime Cyber Martin. Ever done acid or anything? No, I never want to do any of that shit because those seem scary. You hear those horror stories about someone who trips acid one time and then they become a completely different person. I wouldn't want to risk it. I'd do acid one time and then I'd come out and be like fucking Jake Paul or something. Can't even complete like a normal sentence. What if you come out as a genius? Yeah, I trip so hard it raises my IQ. That'd be pretty cool. There's a tier 1 Wook Master. The ancient computer that shouldn't exist. What a crazy title.
When we first looked at the results, it was astonishing. We've had to rethink the history of technology completely as a result of this single object. It's such a clever, extraordinary, sophisticated machine. Completely shocking for ancient Greece.
Aliens made it? Oh, I like that idea.
120 years ago, sponge divers discovered a shipwreck
Sponge divers?
in Greece. And what they found
Cool position.
changed our understanding of human history forever. Among the treasure trove were marble statues, elegant vases, glistening jewellery and ancient coins, and what looked to be a hunk of corroded metal that no one knew quite what to do with.
It was not recognized at all as being anything interesting when it was discovered. It was just a corroded lump about the size of a large dictionary.
But when, in 1902, it was discovered that there were gear wheels inside it, everyone suddenly got rather excited.
This was the first shock because anything from ancient Greece simply shouldn't have gear wheels. These were precision gears with teeth about 1 millimeter long. And this was just completely...
Thanks to the resub, it died.
Completely shocking.
And
I turned it up, it's just not very loud.
Has captured the imagination of archaeologists, mathematicians, and scientists ever since.
It's a dedicated calculating machine, and it uses bronze gear wheels to calculate the cycles of the cosmos being the sun, the moon, and the planets against the stars.
Not even a gaming computer, lame.
Know where the sun and the moon is going to be, and where the planets are going to be.
Imagine it has a
The question of
3090 in
why
it.
the ancient Greeks created such a device has plagued experts
Thanks,
since
Resub
its
Tom Ruse.
discovery.
I think it was conceived as a calculating machine that would calculate the theories they had. They had astronomical theories, but could calculate those at the turn of
Makes Resub letter.
So it would demonstrate how you could look ahead, say, what's the position of the moon going to be in 5 years' time? You could turn the handle. They'd tell you almost immediately. This is a massive step forward in the history of science and technology. Something we take for granted now, but in those days, the idea that your scientific theories could be mechanized, the predictions could be mechanized, was absolutely astonishing.
Why didn't it
Now
become
kept in
more
a museum in
commonplace then?
Greece, the 2,000-year-old device is split into 82 fragments.
I bet what it was is
and
just
much of
one
it is missing.
crazy genius
But in the years
scientist
since this
made
discovery,
this and
modern
was
technology
promptly
has
executed.
vastly advanced what we know about the mechanism.
So it
In
never
the
really got a chance.
1970s, a team x-rayed the device, and the first secrets were revealed. Dozens of cogs hidden within it. But it wasn't until 3D x-ray technology came along that they could separate these gears out.
We took an 8-ton x-ray machine to Athens, installed it in the museum, and we took x-ray data of all the 82 surviving fragments of the mechanism. And when we first looked at the results, it was
Thanks for some cheese.
astonishing because it showed us not only all the gear wheels in 3 dimensions so we could separate them, but it showed us all these new inscriptions in the fragments as well.
A new world of secrets was revealed. A user
Jesus
guide,
Christ.
hidden within the folds of corroded bronze.
Binary
This
code.
was a wonderful revelation. Out of that data has come nearly all the breakthroughs in recent decades. Came the discovery that it predicted eclipses, that it followed the variable motion of the moon,
Previous experts had been able to model the back of the mechanism up until this point, but these inscriptions helped Tony and his colleagues with their latest model, which focuses on the front of the device.
There's thousands of text characters in ancient Greek which tell us how it worked. It displayed the ancient Greek cosmos, the sun, moon and planets, in a sort of ring system. It brought back the history
That's pretty
of
fucking
technology
cool.
to a much earlier time. It
Any
is
porn in it? Good
completely
question.
Astonishing that the ancient Greeks firstly had the conception of making this technology, and secondly, ability to actually physically make it. We've had to rethink the history of technology completely as a result of this single object. The great Arthur C. Clarke said, if the ancient Greeks had understood the capabilities of the technology they'd created, then they would have reached the moon within 300 years, and we'd now be exploring the nearest stars.
Thanks to the Bits Electronics.
Now, Tony and his team
True.
will take their
Good
theoretical
question.
model and use ancient Greek techniques to build a physical model of the mechanism. And modern technology may reveal more secrets of the ancient world.
Man, imagine if they did,
There were
though.
certainly in the ancient world more devices like the Antikythera.
Fuck, that would have been
It
cool.
wasn't unique.
Would have been so helpful.
I think the only real hope of finding another machine like the Antikythera mechanism is from a shipwreck. The hopeful thing is there are thousands of shipwrecks down there under the Mediterranean. Some of them are very deep.
God damn it.
But the diving
Man,
technology
fuck
is
the ancient
advancing
Greeks.
so
They had all
much
this
that
technology and then
it
just
can
gave
be
up on
possible
it.
to explore quite deep wrecks. To understand the technological world we live in today, we need to understand its history. What the Antikythera mechanism tells us is that that history is different than what we thought.
Oh, right.
It's
Oh, yeah, wait.
that it's
Yeah, never mind.
developed in
The
this
Romans, I forgot.
incredible flourishing of this sophisticated technology.
Yeah, it probably had
and
something
then
to do with it, I
seemed go
guess.
Backwards. We kind of take it for granted, I think, in the modern world that technology will just keep on advancing. But throughout history, this hasn't.
Can't
always
watch it on
been
Stream
the case.
Acid.
The history of
Here's Prime
technological
Yemley.
development doesn't go in
Good question,
a straight
Sweeper.
line. It develops
Sure
in
can run
fits
it.
and starts, and sometimes gets lost and forgotten.
That's fucking cool. That is pretty cool. God damn, the Romans really ruined everything, huh? Imagine. Survival Guide to the Biblical Apocalypse. Thanks to Prime Slump. Didn't we watch this? Yeah, we watched this. Well, not all of it, but at least like the first 5 or 6 minutes of it. We watched it like a couple weeks ago. I remember this. The first internet scam. I think we watched that too. My plan to fuck the hottest girls. Hey, I believe in you, man. Good luck. I have no doubt you'll pull it off. We watched Project L trailer earlier. Fourth dimension explained by a high school student. What? Update your Chrome? No. I need to just get Opera on this. I'm so fucking tired of Chrome being a resource hog. I think I'll do that either tomorrow or the next day. I have Firefox. I don't really like it that much. I like Opera. I just haven't got it on this computer. I just keep forgetting to. The only time I ever use this computer is when I hop on to stream, and then I just don't feel like doing it before stream. Thanks for resub, Chris. I do electronics, just not on this one. Have you seen the 222-0 football game? Yeah, we watched that video. Search Ghost Moses. Okay. This? What the fuck is this, man?
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
But Moses, he noses, his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
What the fuck is
Mose
this?
is a Mose. A rose is a rose. A toes is a toes. Hoop-de-doo-de-doodle. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. For Moses, he noses, his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. Moses supposes his toes are roses. Moses erroneously.
Well, it's cute.
Rose is a 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 rose is what Moses supposes his toes is. Couldn't be a lily or a tappy dilly. It's gotta be a rose cause it rhymes with Mose.
Nice. Medieval jazz? Medieval jazz, eh? God damn it. Relaxing medieval middle-age music for 10 hours. Thanks for some scour. Orpheus. That's pretty relaxing. The first one. This. Pretty cool. Open this pit up. True. Medieval moshing to this jazz. Cool. I actually might call it a night. I'm starting to get kind of tired now. That putting on the relaxing medieval music to sleep to immediately kind of made me tired. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks everyone for tuning in. To everyone who donated, big thank you. New subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot, so thanks for subbing. I appreciate the generosity. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll throw you over to... Oh, Edgar's streaming tonight. I'll toss you to Edgar tonight. He's doing Animal Crossing. Alright. Have a great night, everyone. And thanks again. See ya.